Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in games. We are continuing our game of Dungeon World today. I'm your host, Nick, and yeah, here's the gang. How's everyone doing today?
Oh, you know.
We know, John, we know.
Months, we know.
Ready to crush.
Is that how long we've been playing? 6 months? I thought it was longer.
Well, 28 weeks.
Longer than that. We started
Session
Half the year. 28 sessions.
Plus all the other
September of
stuff.
2021.
Yeah, I think we've
One
technically
shot,
had
one
like
shot.
yeah. So it's been like
Right here.
32 episodes total, maybe.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Over half a year for sure.
So much time. All right. So, any exciting news for the good of the order? I'm going to Comic-Con tomorrow.
Hey.
Mazel.
Thank you.
Very happy for you.
Thank you.
We had a great weekend in Oregon last weekend, and I'm pronouncing it correctly out of respect one time.
Thank you.
Nice. Wonderful.
At least
I
now
reckon
I
it was great
know
today.
you know how to say it. So my rage is justified.
I saw your pictures too. Holy crap. Well, where were you staying again?
Hood River. It's the town of Hood River.
It's a gorgeous area.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's absolutely gorgeous. Great food, great hikes, great environment. It's just awesome.
I'm glad you got there.
Windy as shit on the Columbia River, but I knew that already.
All right.
I'll throw my shout outs in at the end.
Okay, sounds good. So, we are going to pick up where we left off. We were in the middle of some prep and planning for the assault on Whaler's Hold. You all have like this month-long period where you have time to prepare for the assault. You know, take care of business, personal and logistical. Excuse me. And let's see, what were some of the things we did? Cacophony was settling some souls.
Oh, yeah.
Basil was helping Melkar, the dwarf with the yellow eyes and the easy bake oven of living bread. You recruited his bread making skills to feed the army, which we've rewarded mechanically with plus 10 health to each army. But you agreed to go on a revenge quest with him. I
didn't say that.
You did say that. You told him that. That's what was said. Wick
I got married.
is getting
It's
married.
a miracle.
Have you had?
He found love on a hill, gambling, indulging in vices, and he's building a country for all the creatures like him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
unwanted, the hated, the misanthropes,
yeah.
the people who don't belong. They're with me now. I am
Yeah.
their king.
The island of misfit demons.
And my beautiful bleeding-eyed wife will be my queen who shall herald the end of days. The stars shall fall, and we shall feast upon the gods.
Is that the
Whoa.
speech you gave at your wedding?
Yeah.
Oh my.
What?
Who was invited to this wedding? Wick?
Fucking no one. Are you kidding?
Who officiated?
The Veiler guy I kidnapped.
Yeah.
I told him to do it right, or else. And he did it.
Dearly beloved, I would like it to be known that I'm under duress. We have gathered here today in holy matrimony.
Please, someone help me.
Fucking Kevon.
Do you take? Yeah.
I have been trafficked here today to witness.
Look, we had great hors d'oeuvres. He got over it quick. All right.
Oh my god.
I imagine that they were all
cornhole
like
after as well.
eye-shaped. You just had like a bunch of like meatballs and deviled eggs and stuff to.
Deviled eggs, because we're dealing.
That's good.
That's getting
No,
put
so
on the
because Patty's
racist
got
card.
one bleeding eye.
Yeah.
So-
Aw.
Governance.
Yeah, so you've married Hattie, and this union by marriage, this alliance by marriage, is very critical because without it, you would have had a very hard time recruiting demons,
For sure.
and them trusting you. But you have offered to use your magic and brands, demon brands provided to you by Jeremiah of the Cult of the All-Seeing Eye from our Grim Streets of Alderstone campaign. So
He will make a lovely vassal in the future.
Yeah, he is giving you these brands to take control of those demons and possess them, but then you've handed the brands to them, to the demons themselves, essentially almost ensuring them freedom. So they have offered to help in this battle, but there's going to be some discontent among the other kin that we're gonna get to here.
That's fine.
yeah.
I brought a treaty.
Excellent. So the last action that we took, I have Merrick. You helped out the Stone Singers by sanctifying and making a bunch of holy water that will be very effective against undead. Fantastic. So at this point, a couple of us have taken 2 downtime actions, and a couple of us have taken 1. So Basil and Merrick, you are the ones that need to catch up. Do you have any ideas of what you'd like to be doing with your downtime?
I also have in my notes that we are going to have a scene that Patty and Wick were going to make wedding rings.
Oh, shit. We'll work on
Yeah, I remember
It's
that.
fine.
Do you
Right.
you take?
I have my downtime activity ready if you're.
Yeah, let's start with you then, Merrick.
I think Merrick, after he goes through and he helps Cacophony with a bunch of different things and gets her stuff in order, is going to visit Rick Moss and ask him about whether or not any scouting has been done on the forces that we're going to be facing.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great question. Let me pull up my notes on exactly that information. So you probably spent a lot of time in the Moss family kitchen because you kind of still work there, or have you kind of moved on from working there?
When I'm in the Hollows, I'm still in the kitchen. Just because I want to be in the kitchen.
Yeah. So it's really busy in there. There's lots and lots of planning going on. Dola, Mary Stone, as well as Cedric are dealing with the logistics of feeding people, although the baked living bread is doing wonders. So it's just a matter of like making sure when all these other armies arrive, there's just, plans are made and executed. So other than that, Dola and Hogue have you've overheard them arguing on occasion. And today in particular, as you head in, they're like, it's just before opening, and they are like out in the middle of everywhere. You hear the arguing through the windows, and as you open the door, they like kind of pause, look at you, look at each other, and just kind of like walk away from one another. Dola greets you, hello, my dear, how are things going? Sorry you had to hear that. Pay us no mind. We're fine. Are you here for us or for Wick?
Well, not for Wick. For Rick.
Rick. Yes, that's what I meant.
Are you sure everything's okay?
You'll have to talk to Cedric. Sorry, not Cedric. You'll have to talk to Hogue. Then she shoots him a dirty look, and he's like, I gotta go meet with the Stone Singers. Making plans. Practicing our concert.
I'll look over at Dola. I understand what you said. We'll protect him.
I'm sorry?
We'll protect him the best that we can. Put my hand on her shoulder.
That man has good instincts. I know that if things got dicey, he would prioritize himself and coming home to take care of to take care of me, but it's what happens after the fighting that we're arguing about.
Then that's not my place. Bid you good fortune, and I will go over to find Rick Moss.
Okay. You step in to the Moss, the Moss family meeting room, and Rick and Torvald are discussing. They have the map of all the battle plans, which they've been working on for weeks and months. But presently, what they're discussing is, assuming we're successful, what do we do with the citizens of Whaler's Hold? And they are actually also getting into a bit of an argument, this one being a bit more quiet. And Rick is, yes. Merrick, please, come talk some sense into Torvald. He wants to exile every citizen of Whaler's Hold, as if such a thing were feasible. For an entire city to uproot itself and leave.
What have they done to draw your ire, Torvald?
They are simply not dwarves and not of my kin. They would have no place in my city under my rule. They are the citizens of the enemy.
Are they the enemy?
Yes, they feed the soldiers. They harbor the undead and demons. It is their bodies that become their soldiers.
What of those who are held against their will? What of those who are only doing it because to refuse would mean death?
I know nothing of this. They are citizens of Whalers, of the Rust Whalers Hold. But
So that's not your problem then?
no,
You're
it
gonna
is
rule the
not.
city. It's going to be your problem.
They took the city under the pretense of war, and they're going to lose the city under the pretense of war. What they do with their citizens is their problem. If there will be any left to help them afterwards. We'll simply tell the citizens of Whaler's Hold to be on their merry way to Alderstone, to rejoin their people in their capital.
What's your take on this, Rick?
It is not practical. In order to run a city, you need people to operate the city, and none know it better than the people who have lived there. If they are given their homes, they will serve the city well. Or they can be given the option to leave, but it is not practical to simply tell hundreds and hundreds, perhaps thousands of people to leave.
A true problem, but I have no quick answer for you. Perhaps we should worry about that. We have less pressing matters in front of us.
Indeed, indeed. What news do you bring us?
A question and a query. Do we know anything of the forces arrayed before us?
We know that there has been a lot of activity of Rust Brothers and Iron Guard in the area out of Whaler's Hold. That is kind of like their, outposts in this area of the Ravenlands. But those forces seem to be thinning. And there was a messenger seen arriving from Alderstone and Whaler's Hold a few days ago. So we expect that they know we're coming. They know that there is a choke point in front of the city, and it's really the only place to assault the city. And they're apparently making preparations.
How many Rush Brothers?
That we do not know, but we expect that they number in the dozens, perhaps even over 100.
Worry and a problem, but less of a worry if we deal with their armies.
Yes, and if the Iron Guard come to back them up, that is an even more worrisome dilemma. Our hope is to make an assault that is quick and fierce. And we are considering moving up our timetable, but unfortunately all of our allies know that we were going to make our assault at the end of the summer.
I will see what information I can gather and come back and share with you. Perhaps I can get more.
Very
If
well.
you'll excuse me.
Fair enough.
And I will go to the kitchen. And find Cedric and tell Cedric that I need the biggest pot that he has in the kitchen.
He gets
And ask
you...
him to fill it with water.
Yeah, he's got like a 30-gallon stock pot.
Nice. I'm gonna take it out behind the kitchen, fill it up with water, sit in front of it, and then contact Worm, and I'm going to try to cast the spell of divination.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask. Let me pull it up. Name a person, place, or thing you want to learn about. Your deity grants you visions of the target as clear as you were there. I'm going to ask to see the choke point in front of Whaler's Hold in hope of getting an eye on the armies and the forces arrayed before us.
Okay. Give me cast a spell.
On it.
10. Nice. Okay, so you reach out with your mind to Worm. And it takes a while to contact him, not through your own problems with tuning into the spell or tuning into him. He seems distracted in your mind. But eventually you tune in with him. And he begins a conversation with you. The preparations have begun. Excellent. How do you feel our chances are?
Better than average.
Good.
The forces arrayed on our side are strong.
Yes.
We have plans and thoughts and ideas. And we have more to live for than our enemy.
Yes.
Always moves in our favor.
Yes. It reminds me very much of the Alder Wars with the Church of Rust invading into the Ravenlands. They were superior in numbers, but the kin of the Ravenlands are fighting for their homes and carry much sturdier metal, both physical and of mind. Well, let's take a look at the armies and see what information we can gather. And it's not that he's there with you, and again, you've expressed that this kind of connection is not like standing in a physical place where you can see him, but you feel like he is also peering into the water with you, and you begin to see visions, and the kind of the camera through the water kind of like pans and flies over the plains just in front of the mountain leading up to Whaler's Hold. And as you can see, here, I'll switch for the chat. We have this little, oops, I need to move the Fable table. Okay, so we see this image here at the top left where there's kind of like these huge mountainous walls, too steep to climb or do anything with an army over. So basically Whaler's Hold is protected on all sides except its front. And the camera's panning towards this, and you see standing outside the front are just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of undead. Just waiting there, standing, mindless, motionless. You count that there are about almost 500 undead. Yeah, about 500. And then as the camera, the vision pans into the city, you see that there are just like pens and cages all around with demons, numbering in about... Well, their numbers are a bit different because demons are just much stronger. So, like, if, a demon was equivalent to undead, an individual person, you'd say that the demon army's power is about 425 or so. So altogether, almost 900 in army strength, if we're speaking in mechanical terms. That is approximately their HP pool between the armies that they have. And among them are a number of incredibly, vicious, powerful, ginormous demons that, you note, are particularly powerful and going to be a problem on the battlefield. And among the undead are also some of the Undead Warriors and variant undead that we saw during the Battle of the Hollows. So undead not just of humans, but of lizard folk, of Selkie, of wolfkin, and various other kin.
As we're staring at these forces, do we see any forces of rest around, or just
Yes. Yes, you see that there are many, many Rest Brothers here, but there is no sight of any Iron Guards, save for a few on the walls. And it looks like many of the Rest Brothers are gathering around the square, and there are wagons set up, and Rest Brothers are ordering undead to load up supplies onto the wagons. And the Rest Brothers look as though they're preparing for a journey.
I will ask Worm. Can you see more than I can? It seems the Rust Brothers are abandoning the post.
Yes, there's been much going on in Alderstone, their capital. I believe they intend to retreat many of the Rust Brothers from Whaler's Hold. They seem to intend to hold the city with minimal effort, minimal loss of life from their end. I don't think they actually intend to win, but to take as many lives as they can while defending the city for as long as they can. But I don't believe the city holds much strategic value for them anymore.
This is good news. Now that we know this, we fight smart.
Yes.
We preserve our lives.
I see.
We maintain as much strength as we can. We do not have to worry about a second force behind the wall. We destroy the armies and we'll be able to take the city.
Indeed.
Is there anything interesting that I can see observing these powerful demons?
I'm gonna need a wisdom check for you for additional details on the demons.
Worse. It's a 7.
Okay. So we have a number of demons here, named demons. There are, in fact, additional demons that are not shown on this map that I will reveal to you. Let me move some around so we can see their names properly. We have Billiby the Based. That was one John helped me come up with, I think.
No.
Okay, so you don't get perfect information, but John?
Gigagorthalax.
Gigagorthalax, Destroyer of Worlds, is just a massive, massive pile of, like, goo. Worm would identify that as Mog. Necrotic, demonic flesh, something that he and his siblings experimented with, a sort of perpetually rejuvenating type of flesh. It didn't work out quite well, but you can see that there are still some of the creatures from that world still alive, and this one was pulled here. Watch out, they can spawn many. I believe this one can spawn many teeth with which and mouths with which to devour. Getting close will be quite dangerous. Billuby the Based is basically looks like a demon that is almost a metal suit of armor with wings, and that's all you get. Thistlefell, the Rejuvenator of Thorns, is just this kind of feminine-looking creature, anthropomorphic, with this kind of dry-looking cracked wood for a body. And other than that, you don't get a lot of information. The Consumer is this also Mog-like creature that is basically a hive mind. It has multiple bodies that all act in concert with one another. And they can go up to a maximum of 4. It is very acidic and sticky, and the Rust Brothers have a very difficult time containing it. They basically have someone on active duty controlling it at all times. The Kirill, the Spears of the Seventh World, are in fact a kind of a swarm of flying demons with like spikes that they can throw from their tails. And then Rob the Slob is just an enormous kind of Otyugh-looking demon with just a big mouth, no sensory organs, it appears, but save for these like 4 or 5 massive trunks that look like they're dripping with venom and acid. Yeah, it's very disturbing. They also still have a number of those vole-like tunneling demons from the attack on the Hollows.
Good. I think this is enough information.
Excellent. Now, I have a question for you, Merrick.
Yes.
With all this business of my siblings and their view on how we should have made the world, how we should make the world moving forward, I'm curious, what kind of world would you make if you were in my shoes? If you had the power moving forward to make the world how you would, what would you do?
Restore the veil. With the veil tearing down. Magic for everyone. Too dangerous. Giving everyone power they don't understand, they can't control, that they haven't worked to earn. It's a dangerous situation. Powder keg, if you will.
Yes, indeed. Very well.
Now, in order for the world to be maintained, there must be people with power that can protect others who are weaker. To find the right ones is always hard. Everyone, including myself, will feel the taste of power.
Yes.
And it corrupts all those who it touches, even if they don't try. But some must step up. They may not be perfect.
Merrick,
or at least they'll be able to maintain a work.
You speak from your heart, and your words are wise. I wish to share with you my plan. it is no doubt that the Veilers will soon make their move to bring down the barrier between us and the Ether, the Veil. The Church of Rust is planning to let this happen. The Rust Prince has been building something, a way to harness the Ether, at least nearby. And it will make them incredibly powerful. The Rust Prince near invincible. But I have agents who have been working in Alderstone to thwart this plan and seize it for our own. It would be in our best interest to let the Veil fall and take control of this power.
A dangerous play.
Still, those who hold the power can shape the world how they will. And I would rather hold that power than let it fall into anyone else's hands.
And guide me in how I may assist you once this endeavor with the Brothers of Rust and Whaler's Hold is done.
Very well. All right, I think we can call that scene.
I will end the scene telling Cedric, go. I'm done. Bring the pot back inside and get some potatoes and some spices. We're making a soup. And then I will go tell Rick Moss everything that's going on with the forces.
Okay. Do you tell him about the Veil stuff?
No.
Okay.
I tell him everything about the demon and undead armies. I reveal nothing of my conversation with Mark.
Okay. All right. Okay, Basil, let's switch to you. What are you up to?
I am out of focus, like the projection of Chives' soul onto this plane. I cannot get my camera to refocus me, so what's going on? Am I coming through clear for you guys?
Nope. So
Okay.
put your hand just right up to it and then slowly bring it back to your face.
It doesn't.
Losing it.
There might be a
It's
smudge.
getting there. It's getting there. It could just be your internet, to be honest. But we tried. I'm sorry.
My hand is in focus.
It
Alright,
is.
whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll be fuzzy. Anyways. So, Basil has decided... sorry, in the story... Merrick, have you already told us what you saw in the vision? Or have we not gotten to that yet?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
Again,
So,
do you share the stuff about the Veil with the party?
The things about Vale, I keep to myself, even from my companions.
Okay.
This is a conversation between me and my deity. And not all of my companions share my views.
Suddenly hiding information, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
As I twirl my mustache into that of an evil villain. I respect it.
Well, I mean, you are telling everybody that you're going to consume my deity. So.
He's gonna be delicious.
All right, Basil.
what a tasty god. Basil is interested in getting a little more time with his parents. I think he's heard of what's behind this wall and wants to have some good interactions with them if he's about to go march to his death, and also potentially do some training and beef up his chances of survival.
Okay.
He's got a new bow that he wants to get better at using, which I think is a perfect excuse for him to hang out with Tender Robin. And get to know the Red Runners. I have a question about the battle plan real quick, though.
Yes.
Does this very steep walls on either side that forces us to go through the middle, are those walls too steep for a goat and or a person who was raised goat style up in the mountains?
If you want to undertake a solo mission as an action or several actions, we can absolutely do that. Yes.
What about light on their feet elf warriors?
So you're talking about the Red Runners.
Yes.
So
maybe we can have this conversation with Tender Robin in game.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. An interesting stratagem, my young Basil. While it would be interesting, we Red Runners specialize in mounted combat, riding on our horses with lances and spears, bows and arrows, and our swords. On top of our horses, we are most practical.
You have no scouts or sneaky folk?
Of course we do. We have scouts, but
They don't.
not an army
move,
of scouts.
but a small squadron, perhaps.
I feel like our strength and best chance is going to be to stick together. I would hate for any elves to be cut down behind enemy lines with no backup.
Basil, under his breath, you're fine leaving me with no backup behind enemy lines.
Damn.
Anyways, fair enough, Tender Robin. They're your people. It occurred to me, based on the information I heard about the battle, that it might pay to have a sneaky squadron up on the cliffs, making their way.
If you
Could be an effective surprise tool
if
to our
you
advantage.
are planning on some sort of secret behind enemy lines mission, Black Hawk Down style, I could certainly send Dank Dew with you, or perhaps you could ask your father for some stone singers who could help you infiltrate the city.
It might be useful too. It's possible that we could combine all kinds of people. So you would say Dank Dew would be the appropriate participant in my little journey?
I would be happy to assign him to work with you and support you if you choose to go on your own mission.
Excellent. And well, I will look forward to that, working with him. I recently acquired a new bow and would love to see what you think of it, and perhaps take on some pointers and some of your expertise.
Yeah, she will ask you to like show her, show me, and like you have like a little scene with her, like firing your bow. She like gives you a few pointers. She like checks your posture, and like maybe at some point you hand her the bow and she shows you her stuff. And at some point, this will be when the army of Felderland arrives. Particularly, they've arrived that morning, and Gandaman will enter the scene. Oh. Tender Robin, Basil, so good to see you both.
Yeah, you too. Welcome. We're glad you came. How is leadership, Your Highness?
Oh, the weight of the crown is heavy, but I thankfully have a strong neck.
Without much pretext, I do. Basil does a very over-the-top bow to royalty, and then I elbow Tender Robin, trying to see if she'll do the same thing just because I'm doing it.
She gives you a weird look and makes eye contact with Gandaman. She says, you're king now, Gandaman. How wonderful for you. Congratulations. Yes, thank you. It's good to see you. And how are you and the Red Runners? And they start engaging in small awkward talk back and forth. They're both blushing a little bit.
I think I would only participate to make things more awkward, which we don't have to act out here, but that's just the vibe I want to give off, is I'm very happy to just troll them into making things more uncomfortable for both of them.
Give me a charisma check, please.
Parent trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like Parent Trap shenanigans.
Yeah, exactly that. What'd you say you wanted? A
Charisma check, please.
You know I failed charisma checks.
They basically just kind of like become
On point.
enthralled with one another. Like the awkwardness starts to like ease up a little bit, and even with your quips, and they get like they're like rekindling something. Basil, it's really fucking awkward for you. I almost want to tell you.
Spot in the conversation for me to be like, Gandaman, tell her about your wife. Like, you know.
Yeah, is he wearing his wedding ring?
Yeah, see, where's your wedding ring?
Oh,
Show her the stone.
brutal. Yeah, he goes, yes, well, yeah, I'll have to tell you about my family and all of that another time. We're still settling in, so we'll catch up more. Tender, Basil, and he'll awkwardly leave. Good save. I almost debated giving you the debility Scarred.
It's like emotional embarrassment scarred.
It's like
Physical cringe scarred.
childhood trauma scarred.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. So I have some training with them. I would like to form a little sneaker squadron. If I can, you know, I don't know how you want to play this in the story. You can just say that it happens if you want, but I would love to like go around to each army and see if there's like one or two people in each one who would be interested in who's light on their feet and confident on cliff sides and mountains and looking to do a little side project.
You should ask the Merry Magpies.
Yes. I was actually planning on having a scene with Cacophony where they're like, "We're not soldiers. What do you want us to do?"
Well, Hazel's not a soldier, so like this is what his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Do it.
Yeah, I think the Merry Magpies would definitely be in. They're like, "Oh, sneaking in? Like, can we? We would be happy to do that. I mean, we're fine killing people, but like standing side by side in an army, that's just not our style."
Much easier to get killed that way.
And they're like, "There's legends that stone singers hid caches of weapons in the walls of Whaler's Hold and in all of their cities. We would definitely love the opportunity to try and nab some of those before the Storm Eye clan retakes it."
Excellent. Well, in addition to riches in the mountains, there may also be rich viewpoints and opportunities to gain intelligence and perhaps even a sniping position or two. So I hope you're on board for that as well.
Absolutely.
You carry ranged weapons?
Of course.
My raven friends? Okay.
We've been practicing.
My crow buds?
Yeah. So it sounds like you're kind of weaving in the Merry Magpies into helping you out with a special task, which we can absolutely do. I also want to give you an opportunity to like do like an actual mechanical action. So I don't.
One of those as well.
Yeah, is that bolster for this? You want to take like +1 forward the next time you use ranged weapons? How does that work? Let me remind myself how bolster works.
What is bolster?
When you spend your leisure time in study, meditation, or hard practice, you gain preparation. If you prepare for a week or two, 1 prep. If you prepare for a month or longer, 3 prep. When your preparation pays off, spend 1 prep for +1 to any roll. So take 3 prep on archery or ranged attacks.
Where do I mark that?
If you just want to make a note, like...
With the volley or something like that?
Yeah.
Add 3 prep right now.
Yeah, you could add it to like the name of the move. Like volley, parenthesis, 3 prep. Yeah, perfect.
Right. Okay, cool.
All right.
And then, because I assume that would come from also training with Tender Robin.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
I would like to cast a spell.
Okay, what are you doing?
While having this nice view of the of the hollows and thinking about this horrible battle we're about to go to.
Sure.
I am going to. Should I just hit cast a spell and then go through it?
Yeah. What spell are you trying to cast?
Oh.
Nice. Perfect.
I am casting Word of Recall.
Oh.
Which lets me basically create a save point.
Yeah.
And
very good.
Anyone I'm touching when I say that word will let me return to this spot. So Basil puts his hands on the ground, Full Metal Alchemist summon circle style, and leaves and twigs rise up around him, and he calls to Flo to bring him back to this spot. And he utters the words, Thimbleberry.
Thimbleberry. Perfect. Okay. So I think this is awesome, especially since you can use this on a group. My only concern is, do you need to keep this prepared in order for it to work?
It says when you cast it, the next time you say it, you're back. Unless you recast it again, that undoes it. So I don't know.
Okay.
You and any allies touching you when you cast a spell are immediately...
Oh, it's when you cast the spell. Can I flash back and say that I do this while we're having our meeting for the four of us?
With the four of you all.
Yes, not with the Merry Magpies.
I think it...
With the core group.
I think you need to have it prepared, is the wording of it. It uses the phrase cast the spell twice in the same sentence, which makes it a little confusing.
So
what
what
first time after casting the spell that you speak the chosen word, you and any allies touching you when you cast the spell are immediately returned to the exact spot where you cast the spell. So I think you need to have it prepared to cast it again.
So you would have to cast it twice to set a location and then to make it work? That seems dumb.
No, I think he can just say the word and it works, but my hang up is he needs to you need to keep it prepared, Andy, to be able to use the word.
I can't now commune again and change my prepared spells.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm not like what do you think?
I feel like this is the escape spell.
Yeah.
And if you want to escape from whatever situation our DM pulls us into, you have to take that sacrifice of having it readied.
Okay. Which is hard, because that's a 7th level spell.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, you get a get out of jail free card for you and all your friends. So it's a fair trade.
It's worth it.
But I need other spells for what we're doing, so let me time turner back and not do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I'll unprepare that. I guess I would want to... No, that's pretty much it right now. I don't have any other things.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So, Cacophony, what are you up to?
I think Cacophony wants to prepare poison.
Okay.
But I think she's also wanting to work on her super cool Undertaker spells. So that there's nobody dying. So I think what I'm wondering is like, okay, are the undead, do they have souls or are they just vessels? Can they be released?
The undead do not have souls.
Okay. So a lot of the Undertaker, Reaper spells and stuff require souls to like fuel it. Like that's her fuel. So like I think that a lot of those things like won't be able to happen or come to pass until like in the heat of battle when she's collecting as she heals them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she can get progressively cooler as the battle goes on. But
Right.
but in the meantime, I think what she wants to do is like just make sure that she has weapons and make sure that she has poison prepared. I wanted to prepare a different poison than what I usually use.
Okay.
So it was bloodweed, and then I also have the oil of Tagit, which is like a sleepy one. And then the one I wanted to make was Serpents Tears. So let me hang on.
Okay. John, would you like to see this map? It's just all the same stuff.
Yeah, I want to see the map.
Okay.
So what's cool about Serpent's Tears is that anyone dealing damage to a target, you can roll it twice, and then you take the better result of the two. And as we all know, I roll like dog shit. So I do like amazing acrobatic things, and then I'm like 1 damage.
Yeah.
So I would like to prepare this.
Yeah. What's the move to prepare a poison? You have like Brewmaster or something? Or Poisoner?
I think it's just Poisoner. I think it's just like you've mastered the carrying use of poison. Choose a poison from the list below. That poison is no longer dangerous for you to use. You also start with 3 uses of this. Whenever you have time to gather materials in a safe place to brew, you can make 3 of these. Choose them for free.
So I think that this talent lets you choose one, and then I think you took Brewer, which let you take a second. So Brewer lets you add poisons to your Poisoner talent. You have not done that with Serpent's Tears yet, so I'm going to need some sort of roll. I like the idea that this is like something you've finally discerned from that Rust Brother Poisoner's notes. Yeah, so why don't you give me like a Defy Danger intelligence check to craft that properly and not hurt yourself.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Boo! I'm leveling up, boys.
Yeah, take XP. Yeah, so I don't want to invoke anything awful. I just don't think that this works out very well for you.
No sweat.
I will give you one other chance to do it later.
Okay.
But I think at this point, like, you are hurting yourself, and Lynn checks in with you. She like comes over to your place and is like, "Ooh, that looks nasty. Do you need some bandages or anything?"
I think like my feathers are like blown back on my face. No, cool. I'm gonna go. I'll go top up before the big game, Coach. So don't worry about me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think I'm gonna be with you and the other Grave Wardens.
Yeah.
During the battle. So.
Okay. Yeah, I actually think we would fight very well together. I
agree.
Been developing a fighting style that is kind of based on yours.
Aw, I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you.
We should practice.
Yes. I definitely need it. I feel like I'm rusty. I'm not as sharp as I used to be because I've been around people who I apparently trust and care for, and it's really made me drop my guard. So yes, absolutely, I would love to do some combat.
Oh, I'm sure you're gonna be great. Give me a dexterity check, Shannon. Just for fun flavor.
Oh boy. Son of a biscuit.
Yeah, she, like, sparring with her or practicing some like combo maneuvers proved to be like like she has gotten incredibly powerful. Like definitely not as strong as you or the rest of the party, but she's like got some impressive moves, and you work pretty well together. You are a little rusty, and she's trying to show you up, and at first she does, but it kind of pushes you back into gear. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you bolster yourself as well for +1 on any time that you are in combat with Lynn. And basically that's just like anytime you take an action with her army, you can spend that.
Should I do like as a global modifier or like?
You can just list it as like a hold, or what Andy did was he just changed hack and slash to like, he just changed the name to like +1 hold or +1 bolster or something.
Oh, you're so smart. Okay.
Yeah, and let's definitely change hack and slash to dex for you there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it time?
I don't know. Do people still have stuff they want to do before we start prepping for the battle? Like actual mechanic stuff.
Yeah.
Mechanically, I am ready.
I want a +1. I want to get a bolster going.
Well, you need to deal with all of these armies that are a little miffed that they are being asked to work alongside demons.
All right, Commander-in-Chief Wick coming in hot with his 18 charisma, here to smooth over all the bumps in this road. Easy peasy.
Basil, if you want to be in.
Bounce, I say, as I call for Merrick, Goffany, Basil, and the goat, and all other leadership.
I like that the good is leadership.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest like if you all want to be in the scene, you can, because as the war council is gathered for one of their like daily meetings for discussion, and Wick like brings up like, hey, I've been recruiting these demons, like they're down, my wife's down, and I think it is Tender Robin who puts her foot down first. She's like, it's one thing to wed a demon, Wick Moss, whatever is going through your mind with that, it is your business, but to ask me and my kin to stand next to demons on the battlefield, unbelievable.
Am I? You haven't even heard what I had to say yet, you judgmental bitch.
Listen.
I kick up a rock and throw it at Wick. Don't call my mother. Don't talk to my mother like that.
Tell her to stop being judgmental, Basil.
I'm right here. You can speak to me.
I did speak to you, but you went stone cold silent and had your son speak to you. All right. Can we have an adult conversation rather than you just throwing criticism at me before I even get a word in edgewise?
Yes, please. Have the floor, says Rick.
Thanks, Grandpa. Where's my wife? Is she here with me? Is she like glowering in the shadows in like some weird mist?
So here's the problem. I described her as when we first met her as being like 20 feet tall.
Yeah, she's huge.
She's not gonna fit. She's magical in nature. She has magic.
Couldn't she just like astral project a not 20-foot tall version of herself?
Look, if she wants to go like spirit form and just like hover in the room as like an evil specter, that's fine.
You know
by
what?
me.
Just because she can make herself seem smaller.
She just
could
removes the roof and puts it.
You know what? No. It's like
she just occupy every shadowy space in the corner of everyone's eyes.
Her power has nothing to do with shadows. But she's like Dr. Manhattan in that like she can like you don't even know what her normal size is. She just like, shrinks herself down when she enters buildings.
True. Same here now.
But if she's outdoors with Wick, she's 20 feet fucking tall.
Hell yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I like it. All right, Torvald, my buddy, my Stormeye friends, Gandaman, I'm glad to see you made it here. Plum and Palm, you beautiful man, welcome back to the Demon Killing Brigade. Seems a little awkward at first, huh? But don't worry. Me and Hattie, your good neighbor to the south, have come up with a brilliant plan to get the demons off the side of Rust. Namely, because they are enslaved against their will and forced to fight to the death as fodder. That's awful, wouldn't you say, being enslaved and forced to fight to the death against your will? Right. We can all get behind that one, right? That's a universal agreement. Any disagreements from anyone?
Murmur, 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 murmur.
Speak up.
Here, and I stamp in approval.
Everyone should have the chance for their own freedom.
Indeed. Now, seeing as these demons got brought here against their will in the first place, and, well, there's no easy way of getting rid of them without causing a genocide, I have decided to become the bridge that was desperately needed for Hattie and her very intelligent, beautiful friends, who are now my friends, and who I will fight to obtain the freedom for in perpetuity. Now, there's a lot of demons on the other side. Wouldn't you like to not brutally massacre them, and also not be brutally massacred in return? Doesn't that just sound lovely?
What promise can you make that these demons, says Tender Robin, won't try and kill us even if you release them? Many demons are quite feral. Murmur, 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 murmur.
Those are akin to animal. What assurance do you have from a grizzly bear he won't maul your face off if
None.
given the opportunity?
None. Which is why we should kill them all the same. It makes no
even
difference.
the intelligent ones who can think and feel and have wants and desires.
They are anathema upon this land. They do not belong.
My eye twitches, barely in control. What did you
Who
say?
else does that? I hear the same things from the Brothers of Rust. They say everyone that is not human, everyone that is not them, are anathema, and they don't belong. Isn't that what we're fighting against here?
Listen, says Plum and Palm. Wick, you know I respect you, and your plan, whatever you have in mind, is a practical one, but just getting my soldiers to fight alongside demons in the first place is going to be difficult.
I'm not even asking you to. It's not like they're going to pick up shield and axe and charge into the enemy lines with you. They're coming with me.
And where are you going?
We are going to do what is affectionately called a goon squad. And we're going to go target all of their leaders and prove our worth as future allies to this world. Because they aren't going anywhere, whether we like it or not. If anything, more are going to keep coming in and declaring war on intelligent races that can have harmony with you is foolish, brain dead, and what we all should be standing against.
So you have no problem if I choose to slaughter demons on the battlefield, says Tender Robin.
So long as they aren't marked by mine.
Very well.
I look to the orc, who spoke up.
He nods. This is palatable.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. I unfurl the treaty of the coalition that Wick has been working on for the past few days. Mm-hmm. This, I say, gesturing to everyone, is something we should go over before we move out and go to war without any promises of who we all are. You all have agreed to fight. So have we. But after the fighting is done, it would be good if we do not immediately descend upon each other. I have heard rumors that there is disagreements about what should be done in Whaler's Hold. I addressed this in the treaty. I would like your opinions on it so we can all come to a consensus before we march out. So when we have obtained victory, we will not argue, bicker, and turn to blood like Rust wants us to. Because this fight is one of many to come, whether we like it or not.
Murmur, murmur, murmur.
Is it good murmurs or bad murmurs?
Mostly good. Torvald Stormeye stands up and says, "We, the Stormeye clan, are proud to stand next to any who would help us defeat the Church of Rust and return our ancestral home to us." And he takes the document and just signs it without even reading it.
Okay, in this document, I have put down that whatever happens in Whaler's Hold is up to Torvald and his clan. So it is highly in his favor. There are many things about it.
A significant look to Gandaman that seems to say, "Stand up and be counted here. You're a dwarf here."
Yeah, if John hadn't started talking, Gandaman was gonna like try and one up like Torvald and be like, "And we, the proud Belder clan." He's like, he's on it. Like you don't even need to give him the look.
Okay.
He's trying to be an impressive young leader. So yeah, he's like, we are proud to stand with allies of another dwarven clan, even if they are from other worlds.
When he walks over to sign, I make eye contact with Tender Robin and raise my eyebrows at her.
She folds her arms.
Well, good. The elves aren't addressed in this document at all because they don't have any property anyway. So,
Plum and Palm picks up the document and he says, signing this will require a vote by the curators. I am not at liberty to sign this at this moment, but
it's a good thing I already dropped off a copy because Hattie's Hill is half a day away.
Oh, wow.
And I totally wouldn't have come here unedited and without a,
Yes.
Here you go. Here's a letter, Plum and Palm.
Let me think about this. Plum and Palm would have voted yes.
God, I got all those chairmen in my pocket, brother.
Witness
we did
by
a whole
Starlight
campaign.
would have said yes, and
Wouldn't the curator of magic want demons to actually interact with rather than dissect?
Yeah, he's on board, and then the one of commerce, I forget his name. Ember.
Roar.
Oh, Roar of something.
Patient Roar, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, curator of commerce, he's on board. Moonlight, the new curator, he's just like, sure, yeah, okay. And of course, witnessed by Starlight, curator of education, fascist, votes no.
There.
So,
That should be fascist exclamation.
We have majority,
No
Plum and
question
Palm.
yep. So that's their vote. You want to know who's here and who is making faces at you, Wick? Cascadia, the Golden Bow Druid, former lover of Luceren. She shakes her head and says, "Luceren would be disappointed in you, Wick." He fought.
I'd do whatever I need to secure the future of this world.
Over his shoulder, I go, "That's not all he would say to Wick right now." It's a little salty.
Be salty. Plum and Palm.
Yeah, so he'll sign it because you basically already got signatures from all the other curators previous, like earlier when you dropped it off. So he'll sign it.
I shake his hand.
I need to make a roll for Tender Robin really quickly.
She doesn't need to. If she doesn't want any of the, you know.
Okay. She says, I will sign this if all those present here agree to hand over all of the rubies in their... she wouldn't say in their possession. She would say...
Care.
In their care, yeah.
Yeah, like that their people have. She wants all the elven rubies. We have spies in all of your governments, and we know that some of you, and she like looks at Plum and Palm, are harboring elder rubies and other elven rubies. Those are lives you hold in your hands, who you keep in your stacks of books. They do not belong to you.
She does know by saying this she's reneging on her original deal to provide military assistance, right?
Just asking to add a clause.
This is a severely unintelligent move that she is doing. She has already agreed to help by us giving her an Elder Ruby. That was the whole stipulation of why we went to go give her the Elder Ruby from the Orcs.
Do you challenge her like that with
Merrick
that logic?
Will speak up. Merrick will speak up at this point and say, if you want a clause added in that, then you should add a clause in to reveal the names and information of all the spies you have in all of our governments, as we are now working together in a coalition. Or at the very least, remove them.
The bell.
I feel like Gandaman would be like, you have what? Where?
Yeah, he's like, he looks very confused. Torvald Stormeye is just like ambivalent. He's like, we hold no Elder Rubies or Elven Rubies whatsoever. And of course, Tender Robin, any rubies found in Whaler's Hold will be returned to the elves. And Rick says there are no rubies here. Is that true, Wick? Are there any rubies left here?
No.
They're all gone?
We gave our last one to the Orcs, and that was their stipulation of joining us.
Yeah.
That's fair. So, Plum and Palm and Tender Robin are going to have to duke it out, basically, and come to some sort of agreement, because they're the two parties that have the most stake in this issue. I need, if anyone wants to step in. Well, Merrick, it sounded like you stepped in. Is anyone helping?
I will.
Okay. What are you saying or doing?
Returning the rubies is right. Revealing your spies is right. You have to trust each other to move forward. You have to earn that trust. This is a great way to do it. It should be a no-brainer.
Okay.
Let's add the clause. Let's return rubies. Let's reveal spies.
Okay. Andy, go ahead and make a aid or interfere for Merrick.
I'm gonna say, don't maybe do another fucking charisma check.
Merrick was hoping she would not go in with this. I was trying to call her bluff and get her to back down. But if that's how you're aiding, then that's how we're rolling. The Orcs aren't going to give up the ruby.
You have to change the music. Okay, that's +1. Merrick, give me a parlay, please.
Nope.
We will not put in such a clause.
You just wish to make demands when we all are trying to work together to build a future?
We will not stand by and fight alongside those who do not respect our lives. The orcs need to return our fallen brethren and sisters. If you do not respect elven lives either, Wick Moss.
Why are you here?
We came.
Do you remember? You are long-lived and long of mind. It has been 3 months since we returned to you the Elder Ruby that was mistakenly stolen by the orcs. Is this a fact or not?
This is true. And
Are you going to be dishonorable and leave now that you have gotten what you wanted at no cost to you?
you speak of returning the ruby to us as though you wished to be friends, but your actions and words
I
now
wish to
make
be
it clear
allies.
that you don't respect us.
Friendship and alliance are two different things. You know this. You don't trust us. You have spies in our courts.
I don't know why I expected kin with such short lives to understand the value of life.
Your life. You value none of ours. Do you stand with Rust or with the future?
Tender Robin is going to leave.
Coward.
And with that, the Red Runners and Dankdu are out.
I look at Basil.
Can I run outside after them?
Yes, you may.
And can I bring another person in to commune with me or to speak to Flo?
Yeah, sure.
I cast guidance, or not guidance. I guess it would be guidance. And like put my hands on Tender Robin's shoulders and be like, before you make this decision permanent and cast this stone this way, please ask Flo.
I have no interest in what Flo has to say.
She may have interest in you, though. Is that not worth hearing out?
For a very long time, the elves saw the gods as wiser, more lived beings than the elves. Their lives even longer, their experiences even greater than ours. But after so long, the gods revealed their true colors to us, particularly Flo.
Sorry.
Flo is ambivalent and only interested in entertaining herself for the rest of her long, I'm sure, sad life.
But what if she took that time to slowly, over time, fix things that were wrong rather than trying to get them all up front?
You think that's what she's doing?
I think you should ask her yourself. On the cusp of casting the spell, I'm now glowing with flow energy, and I look around to the other Red Runners for the more religious ones to see if I can't appeal to them to sort of.
Okay, give me your
here.
spell.
Boop.
Oh, okay. So even for rotes, you do need to use cast a spell.
Oh, see. Fuck yeah.
Okay. On a 7 to 9, the spell is cast, but choose one of the following. You draw unwelcome attention to yourself, it distances you from your deity, take -1 ongoing, or the spell is revoked.
I assume I can't revoke a rote spell.
You can.
Okay. I'll revoke a rote spell.
Okay, just I think under your sheet.
I'll just put the word rote out of it. Rote removed.
Perfect.
Revoked.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, there are a large number of Red Runners who are see the symbol from Flo. What is it? What does it look like?
It's a sunflower that spouted out of the ground at unnaturally mind-blowing speed.
Okay.
Between us.
All right. So I think what's going to happen here is the Red Runners, enough of them are going to stick around to stay as a special force for the battle. But Tender Robin is going to leave with the rest. she says, I'm sorry, but I do not trust Flo. And I understand that these are your people and you need to stand by them. But the orcs and that wick are so focused on making only the practical move that they have no respect for life. And there is no honor in it for them. There's only achieving the goal.
Their goal is survival. And you can only do good here with us. You can do nothing back in the woods with your people. Think on it. And I turn around and walk back with the few remaining, Red Runners.
Yeah. Dank Dew is among them, and he's like, I'm looking for a good scrap. It's been a long time. I've been training for this. I'm with you, bud.
I clap his shoulder.
We got him out of orc jail. I'm glad at least one of these bastards has honor.
Sorry, is it just Dank Dew and no one else?
It's Dank. It's Dank Dew and Red Runners. So yes, we still have the special force. Yes.
Gotcha.
Oof.
Fair enough.
All right.
Over my shoulder as a last knife, I just go, "Thanks for your help, Mom."
She does not turn around.
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting.
Okay.
She abandoned you at birth. She's not your mother.
All right.
This is my real mother.
True. And his mom. He's all of our mothers.
This is the all mother.
Chives is the all.
All right.
All right. Let's take our break, and then when we come back, we will actually begin arranging the battlefield and kind of assigning who's going to be doing what, and talk through the mechanics of the mass combat. So we'll be right back. Okay. So, you all spend the next several hours drawing up your formations and settling on final plans of who's going to be doing what during the battle. We're not going to be role-playing out all those conversations. I'm going to leave it up to you, the players, to determine on this map, which we've shown a little bit of. So this is kind of the formation that the scouts indicate is kind of the layout. Oh, I need to refresh this page, actually. It's not updating properly. But so you all have 4 armies, they have 4 armies. The plan is just line them up in kind of 4 columns, and we have rules set up that we all have kind of looked at on how this mass combat is going to work. I have the 4 armies. You can mix and move them around as you wish, but they each have a leader who's going to stick with them. So Torvald, Plum and Palm, Gandaman, Rick Moss. I believe that Lynn would also stick with the Grave Warden army, since she is a Grave Warden at this point.
Makes sense.
Okay. So yeah, looks like someone's moving them around. So yeah, feel free to move them around. If anyone dissents on who's going to go where, that's up to you. We also have all these special forces down here. I'll just go ahead and remove Tender Robin there.
I just saw the coward at the bottom.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Yep. So
Cascadia staying too?
Yeah, Cascadia is staying, though she's very disappointed in you.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm. So the armies have their own actions. Any named NPC with an army gives a bonus to any roll that they make, and then there are these special forces that deal like additional damage or provide bonuses depending on what it is they're doing. I've determined that the Hadrios, they deal additional damage to demons because they are demons themselves. They know how they fight ish. So I'll just put I think it's a D6 is I think what I put in my notes.
Perfect.
The Red Runners, I forgot to mark them. I think they just deal an additional d6 damage flat.
Mhm.
So I'll just put a 6 on them. Okay. Yeah, and then feel free to assign your own characters to an army if you wish, or it sounds like Basil and the Merry Magpies might be doing their own thing separately, and maybe Wick too?
Yeah, Wick's. So, what Wick wants is for the Red Runners to stay in reserve, along with whoever else we can keep in the back line, non-committed for any outflanking force. While he goes to enslave all the demon leaders and then attack the demon formations until they scatter and break.
Okay.
His plan is to free as many of the cool named demons as possible. Probably not the consumer, since it doesn't sound like that's feasible. But you know, we're gonna start with the left flank and work our way right.
Okay. So scouts on the morning or the night before, maybe a couple days before the day of the assault, report that a massive number of Rust brothers are departing from Whaler's Hold, and they are traveling towards Alderstone.
Like towards us?
No, they are leaving. They're going to Alderstone, which is far to the east
of us.
It's
to the east.
It's southeast, but by the time the news arrives, they've kind of escaped your reach, unless the Red Runners want to go try and run them down with their horses. But there's probably not enough of them to take on that many Rust brothers. There is a skeleton crew of Rust brothers left at Whaler's Hold for some reason.
Fair.
Somebody has to control the demons, right?
Indeed.
Nick, can you assist us on the map? We have moved the armies around, but we cannot move the NPCs.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Who would you like where? I can just assist you with that.
We definitely need to put Rick Moss and Lynn back with the Grave Wardens.
Okay.
We need to put Plum and Palm back with the Galler Hall army.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Perfect.
Cool.
It's better.
Rockin'. Hell yeah.
We have a few NPCs remaining.
Yes.
Now, John, your plan is to take the Hadrios and Hattie and move them with you, correct?
Yeah, we're gonna goon squad.
All right. I know thematically you want the Red Runners to be in reserve, but mechanically putting them with the army helps us. Unless you have another thing for them.
They're backup for when one side starts to fail for whatever reason. So rather than having them commit immediately,
I didn't write any mechanics for this, but units can shift if you want.
Oh,
Okay.
That's fine. I'm fine with them shifting laterally and also acting or giving their bonus to a new army that turn. That's fine.
Okay.
In that case, since the Red Runners can't die until the army they're with dies, can we put them with the Belder clan?
I'm fine with that.
Belder or Stormeye.
Sure, Basil could help introduce them to Gandaman and then sort it.
Do you actually want to assassinate people? Like the Rust Brothers, the skeleton crew, Basil? You got flyers.
I wanna get telepathy going with one of you guys, and then I want to start getting you updated scout information and start working on them from the inside. Maybe someone sneaky could help wheedle away some defenses.
Yeah, like the Rust Brothers controlling all the demons.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got some sneaky thieves, and Nick, was I able to get anyone else to join this little squadron? Do I get any stone singers or?
I think they're their own duders.
Yeah, the Storm Eye Stone Singers are their own. You could take Hogue with you.
He's got a score to settle.
I was gonna say Hogue has a score to settle, and is Hogue from the group of people who was like, "That's Basil"?
No, Hogue You
Who's
all,
that first guy we saved?
yeah. It's mostly young folk of the Stormeye clan that are obsessed with you, for no
Okay.
apparent reason. They just
No one of battle age is
no.
is a fan. Okay, damn.
Okay, so how about this? We put the Red Runners with the Stormeye clan because they are mathematically the weakest. And we just crush this entire left flank while these two kind of just chill and defend. And then we'll get like a... what's it called? I'm forgetting the formation.
Pincer.
Choke
Something.
point.
No, it's an oblique formation, I believe is what it's called.
Based on the mechanics here, the undead army is the ones we're going to bust through first.
Yeah.
I like your idea of putting the Red Runners with an army to deal extra damage, but I want the Stormeye Stone Singers with them as well.
Yeah. Can't we stack them?
Yep,
I think
that's
we
fine.
can stack them.
That's fine.
I think we should also put Hogue with that group. And then the Stormeye Storm Singers, Merrick will go with them as well.
Okay.
Which will give us a massive point of damage, healing, and a place to just destroy that left army of undead. And then they can wheel on the one in front of the Grave Wardens, and then suddenly we have multiple armies fighting each demon army.
Yeah.
We still have Cascadia to put somewhere. I think the logical
what does
choice is to put her...
Cascadia do?
She's
She
just
is a-
an NPC. She just gives +1 to rolls and can be So okay, let me go over the mechanics for our viewers really quick. So basically, we're setting up right now. PC armies have their own bonuses. Like Grave Wardens are obviously good against undead because that's who they are. The Stormeye clan just has good equipment, so they have armor and +1 to hit. Galler Hall army deals an extra d4 damage just because they're brutal and awesome orcs, and the Belder clan army just has incredibly good armor, so they have +2 armor. There are bonuses for special forces that are with each group. So the Merry Magpies, if they were with an army, they would grant 2 rerolls to that army throughout the battle. The Stormeye Stone Singers have 2 things that they can do because of Merrick's downtime action. They can use 5 times the Holy Water to deal 1d6 extra damage against undead. And they can alternatively cast a spell to do some incredibly cool stone singing, which you all should look at the Stormeye Stone Singers character sheet. I listed 7 spells on there that they can do, which are awesome. The Red Runners deal an extra d6 damage because they're cavalry. They're badass, and then Hill Demons deal +1 d6 versus demons. So the way this breaks down, players you all get an action each round to just like, you're a part of the army, you're killing things, you're really cool, so you just tell me what you're doing. If you want to show down with one of these named demon NPCs that are granting bonuses to the enemy armies, you can do that. And then after you all act, the armies will act, and they can either like hack and slash or defend against their like an adjacent enemy army. They get bonuses for each NPC. And then depending on the roll, damage is exchanged between the competing armies. And you can, if you want, after the roll, sacrifice an NPC, special force, or a player character to change the result of a army roll to a 10+ instead. But I want awesome narration during this war, or this big battle, especially like if a named NPC or PC is involved on each side. Yeah.
Cascadia should probably go to the Belder clan then, right?
100% agree.
Okie doke.
Okay. Are we in agreement? Do we need to talk about anything else?
Let Merrick worry about. Obviously, we're all probably going to pick an army and roll for him, just because that means we all get to roll something, right?
Yeah.
Let Merrick worry about the armies, and you guys worry about the variant undead. Most of my actions will be to protect and help the armies. Or the variant undead, the
Okay.
demons. That's what I would say. Shannon, what are your plans? Are you going to do cool Reaper stuff? Are you going to go attack special forces? What are you thinking?
Well, so it's complicated because with the Reaper stuff, a lot of it's fueled by souls. So she needs creatures that have souls so that she can kill them and collect them in order to be able to like do cool Reaper shit. But I have a couple of cool moves. But mostly I think she's going to be hanging with the Grave Wardens and Lynn specifically because it was +1 on moves with Lynn, or is it?
Yeah,
just
any action, like if you're in the Grave Warden army and Lynn is there too, like any roll you make during this combat, you can take that +1
Okay.
bolster. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So I think she's just going to be hanging with the Grave Wardens and trying to beat the shit out of the undead and collecting souls if she can, and then trying to bolster her cool Reaper moves and stuff in the meantime. So she's just I don't know that she's not a planner. I don't know if you've noticed. She's just like, she's got her claws. She's got daggers that actually do piercing damage now. Thank you.
You'll be able to act, which is important.
Yeah. So
If you don't need a plan, then we're good.
Yeah, no, she's literally just there to fuck shit up. She's got her weapons. She's got Lynn. She's got the Grave Wardens and
Yeah.
cool new Reaper moves. So it's just gonna kill some things.
I have a question, Nick.
Yeah.
Can I buy things?
Yeah, what do you want to buy?
Healing potions? Probably from the orcs.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Now, is there a limit? Is there a cap?
How much do they cost? Do you know?
50 coin.
Yeah, everyone can if you have coin, you can buy up to 3 each.
Okay. Can I just buy 4 and then give that to someone if no one else has money?
I have one because I was able to manipulate it out of the Builder clan last time.
They have a carrying weight.
No.
Like, if I can only have 3, I'll only take 3. But I have 60 coin left to spare.
Yeah, that's fine. You can buy a 4th one and give it to someone.
Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Basil, here you go.
I couldn't remember how much money you all had, and I didn't want to just like give you free reign to buy a million potions.
That's fine.
I spent all of mine on cool swords and knives, which
What's the descriptor for the healing potion?
You just heal for 10 as a thing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
did
And
my
debility.
cool
Or remove a
daggers
debility.
come? The ones that were like raven feathers? Were they?
Oh my god, yes, I forgot. Yeah, so these knives they are straight, but they're kind of like ground down to look like a talon, like the knife point. And then like the holster has a bunch of feathers coming off of it. They are like, it's very, very black, but very like very sheen. Wait, what does sheen mean? Maybe I don't.
Glistens.
It's like a
pearlescent.
Yeah, yes, it is very sheen. There's almost like a white marbly look to it in a certain angle of light. Like I think it plays on the imagery of Raven being like what's it called? I'm struggling with words today, y'all.
It's not albinism. I know that we said it was a different thing for ravens.
Yeah, it's a specific thing. But yeah, the like the fact that he's white, it's Lucianism. Yeah, there's kind of a Lucius look to the blade in a certain angle of light. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
excited. I'm gonna kill so many things with these.
1. Okay, I think so each of these armies have their own like macros. So if you click on an army, you can like see macros for that army in the top left, and I have accounted for the bonuses for each of them at this point. So you are all good. What about Hadrios over here, John?
I can't click it.
Oh, I'm sorry. So that's a special force. They don't have, unless they join an army, like they're just narratively going to be doing other stuff with you as you act. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But for Basil and for Wick, like you all have bonuses to stuff you're doing.
Oh, yeah. I fly on Schnitzel.
Okay, so let me narrate. So the armies are marching, like you all are marching towards Whaler's Hold. It probably takes like a day or two to get up there, but the armies are well fed, they're well rested. The kind of nerves that were built up or tensions between the generals of each army that kind of built up in that last conversation seem to ease up, but the armies themselves are a little tense. There has not been open war in the Ravenlands for over 100 years, so this is a little nerve-wracking for people. But you all march towards Whaler's Hold, and as you come over the hill and begin walking down the plains to march on Whaler's Hold, you see that all of the armies are lying in wait for you. The demon armies, the undead armies, and there it is, Whaler's Hold in all of its splendor and glory. As you look upon the battlefield, you're kind of standing side by side with, the NPCs in your group, and let me collect myself here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Merrick, are you activating your eyes for this battle?
Are they always on?
If I turn them on, I can turn them on and off. And if I turn them on, then I take -1 to cast a spell. So I think I would have them on initially, but I think I'm probably going to turn them off before the battle starts.
Okay.
Especially as we're going up, I'm going to want to see information. Yeah.
So you are seeing, the various super powerful demons, like their aura of magic is a little bit more significant than some of the other demons. I mean, many demons don't even radiate any magic, but some are just innately magical. But what really is catching your eye is that Whaler's Hold appears to have a massive runic, like there's some serious magic as a barrier around the city. You see that within the walls there are runes placed, and there are various power sources, magical artifacts that have been placed around, like within the barrier, that are effectively fueling a protective magical barrier around the city. You expect that Basil, Wick, and their companions are going to have a very difficult time getting into the city.
The army isn't in the city, is it?
No, all of their armies are standing outside of the city.
Okay.
Merrick, we should cast telepathy so we can talk while I'm out, potentially sneaking into the city and potentially disabling some of these.
I will warn you of two things. One, getting into the city by itself will be hard. And two, I do not speak telepathically. For that, you gotta ask Wick.
Oh. You feel like opening a telepathic link, or you want to go radio silence? We'll go radio silence.
No, I'm thinking of a tactical thing. So, like, Basil, my good buddy, my friend, the one who chose to stay when your mother would not. What is our goal?
My goal?
Our goal.
Take the city.
I wonder if you are not jumping the gun prematurely when your use could be better found somewhere else on the battlefield.
Well, as we just learned last month in Elderland, or whatever the fuck it was called, I don't always hold great on direct combat. I think I'm more useful to you as a scout, a sniper, and a fixer.
Okay. I will cast telepathy. Well, I will try to cast telepathy, I should say. This is -1, I believe, because I am concentrating on my big boy. Or it's an ongoing effect for my duder. What did I roll? I can't see it.
You click
Yeah.
prepare.
That's prepare.
And cast a spell.
There we go.
There you
Hey, there you go.
Even with the -1,
About that. Good.
we
Perfect.
are telepathically bound. If it suddenly cuts off for whatever reason, I'll try to give you a heads up. But don't get caught out.
Sounds good. We'll make it count.
Okay. Basil, Wick, and Merrick, make sure that you have prepared your spells for combat, and you know which ones those are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here.
None of you are near Gandamin. Cacophony. You stand next to Rick and Lynn, and among the various Grave Wardens that you've lived among for many years. And Lynn is like trembling.
He is 12. A reminder.
I'm
Oh, that's
13.
true.
My birthday was last month while you were gone. You didn't even bring me
Well,
anything. Wick.
If you
Brought you an
weren't
army
scared,
of demons. Fuck off. What?
That's true. It is a pretty rad gift. If you weren't scared, you would be dumb, and you're not dumb because this is terrifying, and war is a horrible thing. But I trust that you are stronger and smarter and faster, and you also have a little bit of magic, which is, 1,000 times better than the majority of the people that we're going to be up against. And I've got you. And, if I fall, then you run. There's no shame in getting the hell out of here and saving yourself. So, live to fight another day.
This only works if we stand together, says Rick.
Honor's overrated. I choose
There is
life.
great shame in running prematurely, for sure.
I will console myself with all of my gold and money and life that I will continue to live.
Lynn,
Somehow I'll bear it.
when the going gets tough, remember Basil's mom and how she ran out on the glory we are going to find here.
Ooh, yeah, no, you're barking up the wrong tree for that one, friendo. But I will fight, but I will not die for you. Just saying.
Wick,
Not you.
Wick, are you not fighting with us?
I will. Just not with you.
Okay.
He's married now. He's got a
married.
wife. It's a whole thing, Lynn. It's,
I'll keep an eye out. If
Hello
you
there,
show,
young one.
If you show a good
don't look
showing
right at her eye.
and kill many undead, I will give you a gift.
Who's the demon who did the branding?
Me.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean the
Yeah.
branding?
The thing that seals another demon to your cause, basically.
Oh,
Me.
well, like who made them or who is doing it to the demons? Which is
Yes.
So one of our players in Grim Streets of Alderstone is what's called a demon binder. He can make brands with patterns on them that are magical and basically enslave demons. He's a demon Pokemon trainer, and he gave.
But he's not with us.
No. He lives in Alderstone, and they have their own problems right now.
I was thinking about my mission behind enemy lines, going to the demons that are still in cages and offering them their freedom in exchange for taking a brand.
No. You misunderstand. All those demons are on the battlefield right now.
Yeah, we're gonna fight.
Oh, I thought they were still. You thought they were still in cages. Okay.
Yeah, they are.
That was like 3 weeks ago.
Okay, they're all on the battlefield. So what's inside the walls is just the runes and the remaining
Rust Brothers.
Crew.
Yes,
okay, got it.
Yes,
Excellent.
by skeleton crew I mean small crew of Rust Brothers, not more skeletons.
Excellent.
What are they even doing? Do we know? No, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Let's go.
Not yet.
They're maintaining their relics that are powering the magical shield around the city.
Okay.
That me and my folks are gonna take down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All
right. So, at some point, Torvald says something. Merrick, you're there to hear him say, I'll keep this short and sweet because we've got a lot of fighting to do today. This is for our fallen brothers and sisters, for who over the last century never got to see their ancestral home. This is for them. Now, brothers, sisters, take back your home.
Freedom!
And all of these short, stout dwarves just begin running in their plate armor. The red runners on their horses just kind of trotting behind them, knocking their arrows. Various stone singers basically earthbending and riding on the earth, surfing, and Hogue is with them as well. And all of the armies begin charging forward. Merrick, Cacophony, Wick, when you're starting out, you're with the Grave Warden army, it sounds like?
I wanted to be with the orcs.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted a little thing to be like, hey,
okay.
I'm still a moss, even though I married a demon.
Merrick and Cacophony, can I get a Defy Danger Wisdom, please?
On the way. Maybe, if I can find Defy Danger. There we go.
Okay.
There are 8.
Great. All right. That's going to flavor some stuff that comes up in a bit. Okay. All right. The armies charge forward, and we will begin initiating combat here. Whoops.
I still can't control the Hadrios people,
Oh,
but that's fine.
Okay, fine.
It's fine. It's gonna get confusing sooner rather than later.
There you go.
Patty, my wife, my darling.
Oh my god.
I'm so needy, Nick. I'm sorry.
I know.
Yeah,
This is their honeymoon.
it's true.
Apparently.
Oh. All right. Sorry. I'm
All
trying
right.
to put them.
Let's play some real battle music. Okay.
Nice. Go.
All right. So, let's open up with okay, so Torvald gives this speech, all of the dwarves begin charging in, and the rest of the armies follow suit, but somehow they are still the first to make contact with the enemy. And Merrick, you are among them. There is just a huge horde of undead, mostly, dead humans standing before you, but among them are various variant undead and undead warriors who are have a little bit better prowess and intelligence, or better gear, making them a little bit more, lethal to the army. What are you doing?
I'm going to start out the combat by trying to bless the warriors of the Stormeye clan.
Very well.
Bless spell.
Okay, give me cast a spell, please.
9.
That is a 9. So it's cast, but one of these things happens. Which do you choose?
I'm going to draw unwelcome attention or put myself in a spot as I bless this army.
Okay. Can you link me bless, please?
You betcha.
They take +1 ongoing. Great. I will give them 1 bonus to hit and to defend. Great. I have updated their character sheet. So you see up on the walls with your snaky vision eyes, there are various Rust brothers standing on the battlements, and they begin weaving magic. I will go ahead and reveal the Rust brothers on the map. This will represent 6 kind of dice I get to play with.
You know.
Oh, someone just donated a roll.
Hi.
When Wick tries to enslave demons, hype. Okay. All right, you got a partial success. Congrats. So Merrick, you see 2 of these Rust brothers preparing spells of dark, nefarious magic that they fling in your direction. Take for me 4 damage and 1 damage minus armor.
Minus armor?
Yes.
I take nothing.
Okay, great. All right. The next
spells bounce off Bishop's plate.
Yeah.
And deal new damage.
Fantastic. So, Cacophony, you are with the Grave Wardens as the Grave Wardens, the guards, Lynn, Rick, and yourself make contact with the other absolutely massive undead army that looks to be like twice the size of the Grave Wardens. What are you doing? Shannon.
Jesus, I don't even know.
Fight
I guess-
Shannon.
I don't know. I'm like, I want to say like we charge in foolhardy, but I also feel like that's a really good way to get killed immediately. Do we see, okay, is there like a better side to focus on as far as like I assume that we're taking on the right undead army?
Yes, you are making direct contact with only armies you're orthogonally adjacent to. So yes, okay. that's okay. The army you were assigned to. You and the Grave Wardens.
How dead do they look? Are they very squishy? Are they?
Yes, for the most part, they're very squishy. But among them are variant undead and undead warriors. So there's some that look tougher. And as the battle begins to rage on, it's clear, like, you know, all these undead are red shirts. It's you know, they're doing some damage. They're taking some names and numbers and ass with them. But it's these variant undead and undead warriors that are really like going to town and doing the most damage. So for you all. Yeah, you can either target the undead army to like deal damage, you can use other moves to like do mechanical benefits to your army, or you can show down with any of the like special demons or special undead if you like.
I'd like to take on some of the variant undead.
Okay, great.
And just try to thin the herd and
all right.
Make it easier for, you know.
Yeah, give me a hack and slash, please.
Oh, with Dex because of your new sword, right?
Okay. All right. So the battlefield is, you know, developing. There are Grave Wardens and guards mixing in with undead, and you're like dipping and dodging around the battlefield. You know, presumably with Lynn, like you're like we're taking on these special ones. Like there's a Selkie undead. There's a Wolfkin undead. Like take that one out.
Yeah.
And you just like you're knifing into them or cutting into them with your sword, but one of the Wolfkin undead manages to like leap and tackle you, begin to cut at you as you're making your way around. Give me your damage, and I will roll damage for them. Okay, let me move this around really quick.
Isn't that damage piercing for something now too?
Oh yeah. How do I?
So instead, if you could like go to your sub sheet and click the sword that you're using, the weapon you're using, click that for damage, and it should say piercing, precise, etc. Yeah. Okay. So not much damage there.
Oh, good.
There's very undead. Okay, so they take 4 damage. I'll go ahead and reveal the health bar of one of these.
I see 3 variant undead and 2 undead warriors.
Correct.
Okay.
Can you see that health bar?
Yeah, we can see it.
Perfect. Okay. Oh. Okay. Great.
Okay.
All right. They deal their damage. Oh my god. Take 8 damage minus armor cacophony.
Christ.
Is she clearly outnumbered here?
Yes. You are outnumbered here. So you get your whatever that move is. Can you link it for me, please?
Yeah, like 1 armor or something.
Is it my yeah, hang on. Is it my underdog?
Yeah, it is underdog. I think you just get additional armor.
I get 1 armor.
And then what's your base armor? Do you have armor on? You have leather armor, which is...
Leather armor, 1.
Okay, so take 6 damage instead. Great.
He's dead.
Pretty much.
No.
No.
Look at her health bar. It's empty.
The health bar says she's dead. It's because she deleted the number.
All right, while Shannon's fixing that,
It was an accident.
Wick, what are you up to on the battlefield here?
All right, we are flying through the sky on dragons made of shadow that Hattie has been so gracefully making with me as our honeymoon. Build an army, as they say. Trust no one. My goal is to go and conquer Gigagorthalax and bind him with this magical brand. That's what it's called. Mm-hmm. Pairing it with my foul sorcery and my sheer force of will, I will do the full Sauron thing of eyes bleeding blood and shouting, "You will obey!" And then we can be friends.
Okay. So you are paired up with the Gallarhall army, at least for the moment. Is that who is Hattie with you specifically?
Uh-huh.
And what about the Hadrios? All of those demons.
Yeah. They all would have similar brands or something going on, right?
Okay.
Our goal is to free/enslave these guys so that we can free them later.
Okay. So there are like dozens of them. So I'm gonna pair them up with the Gallarhall army for now. If they need to move around, we can move them. But
that's fine.
I'm gonna add them as a bonus to the Gallarhall army for this round.
Yeah. I'm hoping Hattie can give me some kind of bonus to my enslavement ritual here.
Yes. Okay. So Gigagorthalax. Let me pull up my description. So
mindless sludge monster with teeth outside the lips or something.
So he is absolutely massive. He's like 2 stories tall and just as like even wider than that. And he's just this massive pile with like eyes everywhere, these red eyes all over his body, like a giant mouth, think shark-like, but with multiple rows of teeth. But the most like disturbing part of him is that like this oozy shape is like bubbling up and kind of like protruding out from him and forming like new heads, and they like kind of jet out and like just land on soldiers and they just devour them, and like it kind of like reels back into his body, the mouth missing, and he can shoot these out quite far. So how are you getting in close without
I have
getting
Schnitzel.
Okay.
Schnitzel, my beautiful boy who I control almost with telepathic precision.
Okay. I forget Schnitzel's stats that we developed when you summoned him the first time.
He has 15 HP. Hang on. He's not reckless. His bond is strong. So that's the HP.
Yep.
And he has 2 useful adaptions.
Okay.
One is to fly and one is to carry a team of people.
Okay, I'm gonna need a Defy Danger Dex to like for Schnitzel and you like navigating him or piloting him to get in close enough to use your magic. But he will give you a +1 to this roll. Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
11.
So the snapping, like coming up, almost hitting Schnitzel and you and Hattie on here. She's like, "Ooh, good dodge, my love." And you get in close. So I'm gonna need some sort of check to use your magic to invoke this brand.
How does this brand work? Is this like a full-blown I am asserting my will and dominance over a creature? Or is it purely like arcane?
This is arcane. Like you actually need this is kind of weird because you're supposed to like know necromancy or no, not necromancy, demonology to be able to use this in the first place.
I have one better, a spell that some people might know as dominate.
Okay.
This is what the spell does.
Okay.
Just so you can see it.
Perfect. That will work.
Okay.
And you have that memorized or prepared?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
I have that, telepathy, and invisibility.
Wonderful.
But,
okay.
yeah.
So I'm going to need to cast a spell from you, but because Gigagorthalax is already being dominated by someone else, you have -1 to this roll.
Okay. So -1, +1 from Hattie. +1 from my chat bullshit.
Yes. Yes. So
okay.
this ends up being +1.
So +1, cast a spell. Big numbers.
That is
8.
a 9. The spell is cast, but choose one.
You know what I'm gonna do, Nick?
Yes.
I'm gonna draw unwelcome attention to myself for the first time in the entire campaign.
It's taken this long.
It has.
Okay.
Everybody sees me brand with a great sword or polearm shaped thing. It heats through arcane fire and scalds the gelatinous body of Gigagorthalax.
Gigagorthalax stops for a moment. The devouring, almost like whack-a-mole style on the army of Gallerhall with all of these protruding heads, ceases for a moment as Gigagorthalax is dominated by you and this brand provided to you by Jeremiah. And in that moment, Billy the Based, who's technically not on the battlefield, like he's not in this army, he is high above you. He has been stalking you, unbeknownst to you. Hattie turns her head around and she says, Wick, and like the Flash, like the comic book character, Billy the Based just zips by you and cuts into into Schnitzel. They have 15 health, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Billy the Based is going to attack for 1d8 plus 1d4 against Schnitzel, dealing 11 damage.
Okay, he goes down to 4 hit points.
Yeah. So Billy the Based just like swings by this massive sword, as well as one of the wings, like just leave 2 gashes in the side of Schnitzel, who just cry out in fear. I don't know what happened to my music. I'm gonna have to start that again.
Addy, take a healing potion out of my bag and heal my poor boy.
I don't know. How do I reach the mouth? I'm behind you. And Billy the Based just begins like a jet fighter, just like zips ahead of you with these attacks, and then stops and turns and begins strafing around to attack you.
That's fine.
That which we'll deal with on your next turn.
Yeah.
Why does my music keep cutting out?
Can I command Gigagorthalax now?
Can you all hear this?
Billy. Yeah, we can hear it. I can hear it.
I hear it now.
It honestly made me want to keep checking my
I think my headset died. 1 second.
headset. Oh.
How did that happen?
All right, well, the DM is down. Let's change everything.
Okay, I can hear it now. It's just that my headset died for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, Basil, what are you up to?
Making our way across the cliffs on the right side, getting into a position over the city, and figuring out, maybe scouting out a way in that I assume most of the Rust Brothers' attention will be on the battle. So theoretically, on the right side, there's a gap in their surveillance of the walls, or a drainage, or something. Wouldn't the magpies be really good at infiltrating?
Yes.
Do we get +1 infiltration with the magpies?
Not quite, because as you all, like, as one of the magpies, you know, they can fly. As one of the magpies flies towards the city to get, like, a closer view, it's probably... I have the Merry Magpies names right here.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember them.
So their leader, Chitterchin. They have Fella Flop, who's like the really cool one. Duster was the whiny young dude who Merrick healed. And then there's Russell, who we like just didn't get any words from. It's probably Russell, flies in towards the city, and he... You know, in Avengers Infinity War, when that one, like, Black Maw dude, like, fights with the Hulk, and he just gets dragged by the Hulkbuster armor against the shield of Wakanda?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, just not as, like, violent and damaging.
Russell gets, like, his body burned away?
No, it doesn't hurt him as much, but it does singe his feathers. But he runs into this huge barrier. You can kind of see this ripple across the barrier, and everyone in the battlefield that's able to have a moment to pay attention can see this just kind of like orange ripple in the sky that kind of washes down over the city.
Basil and Chives and the magpies that are closer, he pushes them down to take cover and camouflage them on the rocks.
Okay. Perfect. So, you all camouflage and are safe for now. Can I get a Defy Danger wisdom from you, please?
Yeah. Boy. Hang on. Boy, danger, wisdom. Boom.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I'm gonna narrate something for you as it's happening. Okay, so so obviously there's this barrier. What is the plan, Basil? And I should here. I'm gonna just put that on the map, and I probably should change the color to orange because that's what I narrated.
So we're up above the battle,
Yeah.
To the side of the city. The plan is to infiltrate and disable the runic protections from the inside, and that can't be accomplished sneakily. Then start to just fucking Assassin's Creed away the remaining Rust Brothers, and
so they are inside the barrier. How are you going to reach them past this barrier?
I was asking if the thief instinct of the magpies can help to identify a flaw in the system, a drainage pipe, Helm's Deep style, or perhaps some sort of maybe the Stone Singers give us some wisdom ahead of time.
Okay, give me a wisdom. Oh, just a regular wisdom
I wanted
check.
to steal a Stone Singer volunteer, but you wouldn't let me. I
said you could take Hogue with you. Do you want to take Hogue with you?
No, it's okay. I lost the chance. What would you ask me to roll?
Just a wisdom check.
Okay.
So there's a couple things. Like Stone Singers might be able to get underneath this barrier, but it's possible that the Rust Brothers might have thought of that. This occurs to you. The other thing that occurs to you is, like as you watch this ripple down, if you can bust through the wall itself, it doesn't look like the barrier extends into the wall itself. Just like all the empty air that is not protected by wall and earth. So, you know, you can't see the barrier penetrating through the wall or the earth. Maybe those are one of the access points.
Got it.
If you want to have had a Stone Singer with you, that's fine. We'll just need to pull.
No. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I don't want to cheat your game. I want to face my consequences.
We'll
We'll make our way down to a weak point in the wall that is identified by the instinct of the magpies.
Okay.
And I would like to cast Magic Weapon on Chives' horns.
Okay. Give me cast a spell, please. Nice. All right.
Nice.
Chives is blessed or is magic. I mean, we already knew he was magic, but
Yeah.
okay. All right. So now we'll move over to the army phase. Let's go left to right. So Wick, what is the Galler Hall army doing? They have.
I think. Hang on. I should have checked their moves ahead of time.
Basically, most armies' options are attack or defend. Attack being like just going like all out trying to kill.
Yeah, they're gonna attack.
Okay, yeah, they get plus D4 for just being Galler Hall, and then plus D6 against demons with your. Why does it keep changing the names?
Is that for damage?
Do you keep changing the names of these characters?
I just opened it
Oh, okay, weird.
for the first time.
Everything changed when your microphone just chirped at all of us a little while ago.
Banshee.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you
It
Oh.
Banshee.
All right. What am I rolling? 2d6 plus something?
So just click Galler Hall Army and click the macro in the top left, GH, hack and slash.
Oh, okay.
The army has a
There's,
macro attached to it.
Yes.
I don't see the macros for some reason. Oh,
Oh.
there they are. I see them now.
That's a 10. So
Nice.
you have the option, the Galler Hall Army may expose themselves to the enemy to deal an extra 1d6.
Hell no.
Okay, then click Galler Hall damage macro and click success.
Boom. 18 plus
Whoa.
1d6.
Nope,
Oh, you got it.
it's all in there. I took care of all of this. So go
Nice.
ahead and subtract 6 health from the Galler Hall Army, and I will subtract 18 health from the Demon Army. Well done.
I've done so.
Nice.
Oh, boys, we're in it to win it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Does Gigagorthalax attack his own people this turn? What does he do now?
Yeah, I think he does. I think he. Give the Galler Hall Army 1 health back because I forgot to adjust the Demon Army.
Okay.
Oh no, nope. This is correct. Actually, that's correct. Sorry.
Okay. You're good, man.
Okay. Gigagorthalax is going to attack. Yeah, he's going to attack his army. Give me 2d8 damage, please. As he begins
4.
devouring the left demon army. Nice.
Okay.
one gentle first bite.
Yep. Tasty.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna. Last thing, I'm just gonna have him switch to Billuby or Thistle after that.
Okay. You're going to command him to assist you in an attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go and eat all the generals now.
All right. Merrick, what is the Stormeye clan doing?
The Stormeye clan is going to hack and slash.
All right. Give me that hack and slash, please. That's a 13. They've got 2 NPCs and 2 special forces. They're rolling like crazy. Okay.
Yeah,
Give
they're
me.
buffed out the wazoo. They will roll damage
Yep.
with a success. That's a low roll.
That is a low roll.
I'm going to add a d6 for holy water, one of my 5 charges from the Stormeye Stone Singers.
Okay. Perfect.
So there's 5 extra damage coming in.
Nice.
And I believe the Galler Hall army, I only see 1 undead warrior with the left undead. Or do they have one of the variant undeads with them?
They have 1 undead warrior and 1 variant undead.
On my screen, the variant undead are all stacked on top of each
Oh,
other.
yeah, I see that.
That was why I asked the question beforehand.
Yeah, good call.
Feel free to move one of them over if you'd like. I'll take the damage.
On my screen, the lizard folk is supposed to be over there. I'm not sure why it's not moving. Should be right there.
Perfect.
Okay, there you go.
All right, sounds good. So we have 1 armor, so I'll take 9 damage.
Yep, exactly. Perfect.
Got it. and the Storm-Eye Stone Singers will need to deplete one of their 5 charges. And that
Okay.
is my action for the round.
Okay, Cacophony. Are the Grave Wardens attacking or defending?
They are attacking.
Defending is just kind of like holding fast. Generally,
No,
I'm
yeah, they're
expecting
definitely
most
attacking.
actions to be hack and slash. So, all right.
Yeah.
So when you click on the Grave Warden army token, you should see a little macro in the top left corner of your map. Do you see that? That
No.
says G. If you click Grave Warden army in the top left, you should see
Yeah.
a little button that says GW hack and slash.
Up by the tool at the very top left of your screen, there's like a little button.
I don't see it. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
You have to make sure you're clicking the Grave Warden army token, and then it'll pop
Yeah,
up.
You just click it once so that all the little things pop up, and then
okay.
You saw it?
But there's nothing that says.
not
If you
near
look
the
in
token.
the-
It's not near the token. It's on the toolbar at the top left corner of the Roll20 screen.
Near your mouse.
There it is.
Yes.
Fuck
Sorry,
me.
I was
All
not
right.
being clear at all.
No, that's my fault. I just didn't fucking see it.
Ooh, okay. So that's a failure on the Grave Warden army. So go ahead and click the GW damage macro, but choose fail in the drop-down menu, and we'll get a failure damage. So on a success or partial success, armies deal 2d10 plus bonuses, but then on a failure, they only do 1d10 plus bonuses. So that's still pretty good damage. So the undead take 9 damage, and they are going to deal full damage to you, which is 7. So go ahead and subtract 7 from the Grave Warden army's health.
Does the Lin bonus not affect this?
Oh,
So
it would still be a
NPCs.
failure because it's a 5.
So if you hover over the 4, it's 2d6 plus 2. 1 for Rick and 1 for Lynn. That's the plus 2.
Go.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm silly.
So that was an extra super fail.
Yeah, that was a terrible failure.
Just
the
keep
most fail.
defending.
Yep. And
You don't need to
as John noted, the Grave Warden army damage includes the 1d6 bonus that Grave Wardens get. So the macros are taking care of it all, y'all.
Macros are
Got it set up.
Sorry, it took me so long to find them.
It's all good. It took me way longer to figure out how to make these macros. All right, Basil, what are the Belder clan army doing?
They are behind Gandamon's deep, excited yells of battle, charging straight in, and spears and axes up front.
Nice. All right,
Yar.
give me that hack and slash for them. That's a 7. You deal your damage, and the enemy army also deals their damage. Ooh, the Belder clan takes 11.
Reduced by 2.
Reduced by 2 because they have 2 armor. Nice. All
Wait, on a
right.
10 plus, the enemies don't deal damage?
They deal. They only deal 1d instead of taking the best
okay.
of 2.
Sounds good.
So wait, sorry, how much damage do the Belder clan take?
They take 9.
Minus
There's
2.
no -2.
No, it took 11 minus 2, which is 9.
You got it. All right. Okay.
Oh.
Yep.
So weird.
Sorry.
Okay.
I
you're
did
good
not
now.
account for armor of opposing clans in the rolls. So
There we go. I got it.
No, it's fine, man.
okay. All right. Now, so that's a full round. Let's resume with the player characters, and maybe now we'll go left to right again. So, Wick, you and Hattie and Gigagorthalax. It's your turn to
we're
act.
gonna swat the fuck out of Billaby here, the base. Is it possible to get Hattie to give my pet a healing potion?
So maybe
does she
Katie
just
for
do
plus
modifiers?
1, making that her action.
Because Because we're about to enter like an aerial duel with fucking weird tendrils shooting up into
Yeah,
the sky to
this
like
is-
snatch this man.
This is going to be really difficult for her to do. I'm going to
Howdy,
need...
take this potion and shove it into
I'm gonna
his
need
wounds.
like some sort of defy danger for you to coordinate the timing with her on this.
What would
fun
you
for
say
being
that
married?
is? Dexterity, charisma, intelligence.
I mean, like, I'm just trying to imagine what that would look like, and that would flavor what type of defy danger this is.
Does Hattie not have magical healing or anything? What can Hattie do on her own?
I'm so glad you asked. At this point,
Is Annie trying to start card games with people?
It's mind control. Everybody.
her
You
magic.
gotta free him.
Her magic is like binding people's words, and it's like entropy magic. She's probably the most capable person in the entire universe of handling the ether because her magic deals in probabilities and randomness.
Okay.
Which makes
Everything's a 50-50 chance. All right.
So, like, what does the camera see? Like, what does it see Wick doing to, like, either interact with Hattie or interact with Schnitzel to make this work?
So if it is a simple thing to do to go into my backpack or my satchel or wherever my potions
she grabs
are,
the potion. She's just like, I don't know how to get to his mouth. Like, what?
just
Like,
throw it in. He's a maw of unending hunger.
Okay, give me a defy danger, or give me a dex check for like you to maneuver Schnitzel into the potion as she throws it. Okay,
Easy
yep,
path.
he heals. Go ahead and mark off that potion and
I
heal up
will.
Schnitzel. As
right,
Billuby is like chasing you down and like zipping past, and you're like dodging maneuvers like
Yeah.
right as he cuts at you.
And then I'm gonna murder him by doing the sick exchanging blows samurai style. My
Okay.
red blade is out. We're going to interpose playing chicken. And at the last moment, one of us is gonna hack the other.
Okay, give me your hack and,
And then,
slash.
Gigagorthalax is going to consume him.
Okay, so
Alright,
you're pulling
hack
like a
clock.
low roll where Gigagorthalax can
Yeah,
get him.
he's got those
Okay.
weird tendril things that can reach out, right?
Okay, give me a defy danger dex to line up this shot for Gigagorthalax.
All right.
Nice.
buddy.
All right, Gigagorthalax deals 2d8 damage with 3 piercing.
11.
Wow.
Does Billuby just outright die?
Billuby has a lot of armor, so Billuby, let's see, 11 minus 5
Because while
but
he's
plus
getting
3.
hooked, I'm coming in, right?
Okay, so that's 9 damage to Billuby, who is like just completely like Gigagorthalax just takes a huge chunk out of him. Like one of his wings gets like bit off completely. Same with his like non-sword wielding arm, and he just like tumbles down to the ground. But he like stands up immediately with one wing and one arm with the sword. He did manage to cut Gigagorthalax for 1d4 damage with his wing, just because that's how his wings work.
Okay.
So Gigagorthalax takes 1 damage. Oops.
But he has regen and...
Nope, he does not.
Oh, rip.
You said rejuvenation, not regeneration.
Rejuvenation.
I did not say he could rejuvenate.
You certainly did in the description you gave me.
Oh.
I wrote it down.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was talking about the Mog having rejuvenating properties. I should have
Okay.
clarified. That means that like they essentially can live forever.
Oh, okay.
It's not like they can heal permanent. It's like they can live without sustenance. Rejuvenation.
Base.
Sorry.
So Billuby is ground...
He is
Pounded.
grounded and
Grounded.
like seriously injured.
Okay.
Here is his health roll.
All right, I'm not going to worry about killing him then. I'll leave that for Gigagorthalax. Instead, having done these sick-ass maneuvers, I'm going to go to Thistlefell and once again
Okay.
try to do a
Let's-
quick enslavement.
We'll come back to you on your next turn for that.
Okay. So,
All right, Merrick. The undead are engaging with the Stormeye clan, but they are severely bolstered, like seriously bolstered, with Red Runners and Storm Singers. Stone Singers. Wow, I'm just tripping over my words today. What do you do?
Can Merrick stand in defense at the front line? And can I defend to either negate one of the variant undead or undead warriors, or defend against the attack that they give, and try to deal damage back?
Sure. Yeah, give me a defend roll.
Okay.
This is what you built your character to be good at.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, I hold 3,
Yep.
which will come in play whenever the army's attacking each other.
Perfect. We'll just mark you with like a 3 shield, just so we don't forget. Okay, Cacophony.
Sounds good.
I'm still working on this undead fella.
Yep, keep going.
Variant undead.
Give me your hack and slash, please.
Okay.
All right. Once again, you deal damage, but so do they.
Nice knowing you.
Kill him.
This was so fun.
Remember, you can sacrifice an NPC, right?
Right? Where are my red shirt shields at?
Kill Lynn.
No. Never.
Dude, that's too bad though. You take 1 damage.
Yes, you take 1 damage this time. So the Wolfkin is like just gashed you in the last scene. Lynn like just comes flying in using like her flying magic, and I'm imagining it's very much like Iron Man, where she can't cast fly on herself, but she can like push air, and she can like use that to push herself. So she just like push kicks this Wolfkin off of you as it gets a tooth in, but like you manage to just get like your claw or sword in to its gut, killing it, but there are other variant undead around charging in. Good job. Basil, what are you up to now?
In battle or in sneak?
Yes. What are you doing?
Well, Shives' horns are blessed, and I think together with the magpies and playing the bow, we will syncopate and hit 1 note as we all bash into this. Basil in the lead.
Okay, so you're gonna try and bust down this barrier.
We're gonna metal hurlant and Basil bash the wall.
Ooh.
Okay.
And because his horns are blessed, the skull impaled on his horn, its eyes start glowing, the teeth open, and the scream emanates from the skull itself.
Okay.
As Basil comes head to head with the wall.
All right, go for it.
Shives is metal AF. Fuck.
Okay, so
Andy,
mark XP.
get it together, man.
You and Chives have never been more in sync. And Chives just like, you can see the air like vibrating as Chives lets loose this metal fucking hurlant. And was this with the wall or with the barrier?
The wall, this weak part of the wall that we identified.
Yeah, the wall. This is, this was made by Stone Singers. They crafted this city. Yes, it's in the hands of the Rust brothers now, and the citizens therein. But this is dwarven made. There's no way you and Chives can bust through this in this way. So this option is closed off to you. This is not going to work.
Yeah.
The Merry Magpies are like, Basil, I don't think it's working. We got to try something else.
You do know that, Andy, the Merry Magpies have 2 free rerolls. So if you feel like you have an opportunity to do something
do
cool,
I get those free rerolls?
You know what? I intended that to be for an army, but it's whoever they're with. So if you want to use one of those now, go for it. It's up to you.
Do it.
Yeah, we're gonna try this metal AF a second time.
Okay.
It's what they're there for, man.
All right,
Use
so
them.
we'll retcon and we'll say that
See you later, XP.
Fella Flo is like, hey, give it another shot. It looks like it might have been working. I believe in you.
DJ Flo just like winds it back.
Again,
Reverse.
together, brothers.
God.
Mark XP again.
Reroll again, bro.
No, that they only get it once per round.
That's okay.
All right. So,
We'll see you in the undead army. Come on.
all right. Let's
rough.
we're gonna go right to left this time with the armies because Basil, you turn, in kind of like frustration and not sure what to do next. You kind of glance over the battlefield to see how it's going, and you see you got a 10 plus on your Defy Danger Wisdom roll. There's something strange going on in the Grave Warden army that you see. There are people being killed, seemingly like not engaged in combat. You like glance over there and you just see a Grave Warden just like fall to the ground, and you see another Grave Warden nearby like cry out in pain and fall down onto the ground and like swing their sword as if there's something in the air around them. The Grave Wardens are going to take 5 damage.
Oh.
As something is killing them.
Oh no.
Okay, we'll go right to left this time. Andy, what are the Belder Clan doing this turn?
Belder Clan are going to attack again at the right demon army.
Okay, give me that hack and slash, please.
Continue the fuckery.
Yep. That's a 10
Nice.
plus. They have the option to expose themselves to a full attack to deal an extra d6.
Second swing. 1d6. 2 additional damage.
Okay, click Belder Clan Army and then deal damage, and click full damage.
Success.
Yeah, success, yes. Oh, the right demon army, because you chose to expose the Belder Clan to a full attack, they did 12 damage, minus 2 is 10, and the right demon army takes 9. Okay.
11.
So
Oh,
wait,
plus
how much
2,
damage
yes.
How much damage does the Belder Clan take?
12 minus 2 is 10. Okay.
That's a gain. You're winning, bro.
It's the gains. Okay. Cacophony, as you are dealing with these variant undead, the Grave Wardens are fighting around you, but a few seem to be dropping like flies for no apparent reason. What are the Grave Warden army doing?
I imagine, headcanon is just like a front line of like men and women with their shovels. But I remembered before you were saying that like as they were practicing, they had like made a variation of like fighting styles, like the way that Wick fights and the way that Cacophony fights. So like I imagine that they're trying to be sneakier, more underhanded, maybe a little slicker, not as regimented. And because it's not something that they're still like, it's not quite as ingrained in them as the way that it had been, like to be as regimented as they were. I think that maybe some people have taken some risks, and they weren't good ones. It was a gamble and they lost. So I think that like the new style of fighting is benefiting some, but not all, and that's why they're maybe struggling a little bit.
Okay. All right. So that's a hack and slash then?
Yeah.
All right. That's a 10. Nice. So they will deal only 1d10 damage plus bonuses, or you can expose yourself to their full attack to deal an extra d6, in which case they roll 2d10 and take the best of those two. So they roll with it. You're going to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Grave Wardens will take 10.
Good gamble. They would have dealt 8, 10 either way.
Fair.
So go ahead and click Grave Warden and then damage and click success. Perfect. Okay, so they take 9 damage.
1d6.
Plus 1d6.
Plus 1d6.
Oh, so one more?
Yep, roll 1d6. Yeah, in the chat. Perfect. All right, while Shannon is doing that, Merrick, what are the Storm Eyes
that's pretty
doing?
good.
Oh, that's great damage.
These Storm Eyes will once again be hacking and slashing, fighting the left undead army. It's a 15, Nick.
Nice.
Wow. Okay.
1 billion damage.
1 billion damage. Let's go. We are not exposing ourselves to the benefit of the extra roll. We're
Okay.
just going to roll the regular damage and a success,
Wow.
which is
The
12.
The losses are heavy on both
36.
sides this round.
But I'm going to use my hold to have damage.
Okay.
So they'll take 6. And I would also like to deal damage back to either the Undead Warriors or the variant Undead.
Okay.
So they will take 7 damage. One of them. We'll call it the variant Undead.
There
And
you
I'm
go.
down to 1 hold remaining.
The Red Runners and Stone Singers get to do stuff too, right?
Yeah, the Stone Singers, I have to decide what they do.
So the Red Runner's damage is calculated into the
Right.
clan's
Oh,
damage
okay.
roll. But the Storm Singers get to choose either the...
Yeah, I think they're going to throw another Holy Water damage out.
Okay.
So there's an extra 1. And you can deplete that by 1, please.
Yep. All right.
I should be down now also to 1 hold.
Yep.
Fair. All right.
Oops, that should be a 5, and that should be a 3. You can update the hold on yourself, I think.
Will do.
I got a question now that Gigagorthalax is on our side.
Yeah.
Does he give the Gallerhalls an additional +1?
Oh my god, why does it keep picking the wrong... Sure.
Alright.
Oh, well,
9.
but then he can't act on his own, is what I was gonna say.
Never mind. That's 8 then. Okay.
Okay.
Damage. This is a success, I assume.
Yep, that's a success. But you also
17.
take damage. Wow, 17. All right.
Alrighty.
They take 17 damage. Huge chunk of damage.
Indeed.
Wow, you rolled max on the D4 and the D6, and then rolled a 7 on your D10.
D10.
Wow, that's awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right. So, Cacophony, you're beginning to notice that around you, Grave Wardens are dying for no apparent reason. And Merrick, as you glance over, you see that there are, among the Grave Wardens, invisible cultists. There are Veilers among the Grave Wardens.
The fuck?
And they are killing... they're just killing Grave Wardens with what look like ritual daggers. And you can tell that they're ritual daggers because you are seeing the souls of the Veilers who are of the Grave Wardens who are dying, float up towards the stars. And I'm gonna update our tracker on how many stars have turned red.
No.
Okay.
I believe last time it was
They're like
37.
30 something. Yeah.
And I rolled 5 damage last time. So they're up to 42 red stars in the sky.
I will deal with that on my next player turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do one more player. Let's do one more round for the night. And then we'll...
I love it.
All right.
Okay.
So, Wick, Billaby the Based has been grounded. You have Gigagorthalax under your control. And the Gallerhall army seems to be like taking losses, but taking more names than they are losses.
Yeah. Plan is going according to it from Wick's perspective. Gigagorthalax will consume Billuby, and I will enslave Thistle Hell.
Okay. Gigagorthalax and Billuby, the base, are going to exchange damage. Can you... Billy's going to die. No, give me the 2d8 from Gigagorthalax.
He's going to die.
That's enough to kill Billuby the base. Billuby will deal his damage, which is 1d8 plus 1d4.
Based.
So Gigagorthalax will take 4 damage. Wow.
Alrighty.
Okay, so Thistlefell, unlike the description that Merrick gave you of Thistlefell, this Thistlefell's body is just covered in these just massive thorns. They are wielding huge, massive thorns that just look like they've come from a plant, like spears. She throws one, impales an orc, and just like suddenly, like Hela from Thor Ragnarok, she just has another one in her hand. She just like pulls it out of nowhere, and she's just like hurling these spears. So are you flying towards her, or are you grounded as well?
We are flying towards her, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna need another Defy Danger Dex to dodge some of her ranged fire.
I'd love to give you.
Jesus
Another
Christ. 10. Okay, all right, you getting close, and she's prepared to use these spears for melee combat, so I'm gonna need you to engage in a hack and slash.
I wanted to cast a spell on her.
Oh, actually, that's great. That's perfect. What spell?
Dominate.
Okay. So you have -1 from the fact that she's already dominated, and you are trying to control Gigagorthalax, so you're going to take another -1 penalty to try and compound dominate.
But I get a +1 from Hattie.
Yep.
So this comes out to
-1.
-1. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Good luck to me. That is a failure.
Nope.
All right, you reach out to try and dominate Thistlefell, and it just simply doesn't work. She fires a salvo of thorns at you,
That's fine.
and at Schnitzel. You both are gonna take 2d8. Keep highest
Target
one.
me instead.
It's both of you. You both are taking 10 damage.
Okay.
And this has 3 piercing.
Okay, that's 8. Oof, I look hurt, and so does Schnitzel.
Okay. As you are pierced and, turn to evade the continuous salvo of fire, you feel strange in your blood. She has injected you with venom. You are poisoned and are going to deal -1d4 damage until you're healed.
No, okay.
All right. She's
Sounds
brutal.
good.
She's brutal.
That's fine. I'm going to kill her in 1 hit extra.
Okay. Can't wait to see that. Merrick.
At this point, Merrick, seeing the Veilers, the Grave Warden army, would like to move to the Grave Warden army to deal with this.
Merrick is moving to the Grave Warden army. Great.
Yes.
Okay.
I will move over here.
All right. You can see the Veilers because you have snake eyes. I'm just going to move them next to Cacophony here. There is also among them an Archveiler.
Wonderful. I would like to grab my holy symbol, hold it aloft, and try to turn these Veilers from my sight and cause them to flee.
Okay.
And I will use my Turn Undead ability, which I exchanged for Turn the Veilers way back in session like 5 or 6.
I remember.
11.
Oh.
Oh my god. When you hold your holy symbol aloft and call on your deity for protection. Okay, so Worm asked you to let the veil fall.
Yeah.
And that is specifically what the Veilers are trying to do right now. They are
While
trying to
they're killing
accomplish
my
their
companions.
task. Yeah. So if you do this, you are defying Worm. and his goal. What does Merrick think of that? Where are his priorities?
Merrick's not worried because Wick is going to make the veil fall with all the people he's going to kill. He wants to get them out and away from the Grave Wardens. He will save his homeland compatriots. The Veilers will come back at some point.
Okay. What does this great symbol look like that you invoke
Oh,
to banish the
holy
Veilers?
symbol.
Okay.
It is.
I mean, this needs to be something that like
color.
reaches across this area of the battlefield because the Veilers are like spread out throughout the Grave Warden army. There's like 30 of them.
All right, I think. So, are you saying that I'm not going to be able to affect them all?
No, I'm saying you can. I just need to know what this grand symbol looks like beyond just like here's my little totem. I need some magic display here.
I think Merrick might channel his light spell rote to illuminate his holy symbol, and then hold it aloft. And then there's going to be like a big like beacon of force energy that just pops out, kind of like the sapping of the energy of the fireball that I grabbed with the Archveiler staff.
Yeah.
And it just kind of pops out in a wave of
Yeah.
fear.
Yeah, and I think all of the Veilers just kind of begin to shield their eyes. They drop their sword or their ritual daggers. Their magic is dissipated. They are no longer invisible, and they all stand in kind of like stunned. And the Grave Warden army is quickly able to dispatch them. Though this round, the Veilers also managed to kill 9 more Grave Wardens.
Okay.
So we are up to 51 red stars.
Jesus.
Merrick will shout out, "Worm sees all."
And in front of you, Archveiler, I have a name for this guy. My notes closed, so I'll give you his name in a moment. But this Archveiler stands before you. He is not covering his eyes. Archveiler Vina. I'll update their name. Archveiler Vina says, they just look to the sky as not only do more stars turn red, but lines begin to draw between them as though like patterns are forming in the sky. And there begins to be a red tint in the sky. And Archveiler Vina looks up and smiles and says, "The work is half done. The world will end soon enough." And they draw their cane and saber that all Archveilers carry to prepare to engage with you, Merrick. They rush towards you as they begin to wield magic and bring their blade back to attack you. All right. Basil.
Sounds good.
Sorry, am I choosing between playing playing the army versus playing Basil's adventure?
This is just your character right now. This is Basil's action.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Need help, Basil. Blah, 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 blah.
Am I high enough up to be within range of the whole battlefield up on the cliffs with our long-range weapons?
You could probably reach the right undead army and the right demon army with, like, if you were going to use volley.
Okay.
Is that what we're talking about here, or are you like going to go down to the battlefield?
No, I was thinking about called shot on some of the Rust brothers, but that's okay. If we volley as a group with the bloodweed arrows, can we lower the damage of an army?
For a turn, yes.
Let's do it.
Okay. And are the invisible Veilers part of the undead army? Or are they their own thing?
They are dead at this
gone.
point. They've been cut down by the Grave Wardens.
Just kidding. Okay.
Yeah. They were stunned. And
I think all of us knock a bloodweed arrow together and fire out at the undead army on the right.
sick. All right, give me a volley and mark off one use of bloodweed arrow.
Bloodweed arrow. Well, let's get the volley going first. Where the heck is volley? There we go. Volley.
Sorry, which one are you targeting?
Right undead army.
Okay, great. You deal your damage and choose one. You have to move, placing you in danger. You have to take what you can get, minus 1d6 damage, or you have to take several shots, reducing your ammo by 1.
We have to move to get the shot, placing us in danger.
Okay.
Now it's 2 out of 3. It was 3 before.
Perfect. Great. Okay, so...
Also, what does my +3 prep on volley have to do with that? Or does that change anything?
That would have given you a 9. And so it wouldn't have changed the outcome. So, you let loose an arrow. You go ahead and roll your damage, your class damage, and take +1 for the Merry Magpies. That's 5. So you managed to take out a bunch of undead, and many others get hit with arrows and are weakened. So I'm gonna mark just a quick minus 1d4 on them, just so I don't forget. And then the Kirill, the spears of the seventh world, begin to fly up out of the city, and they are ordered by Rust Brothers to attack you and the Merry Magpies. So they are going to descend upon you.
Bring it.
Give me a defy danger. Just give me so they come flying down with these spears and start attacking you and the Merry Magpies. How are you defending yourselves?
Sorry, it's it's a whole group of people, or it's just one guy?
It's like a group of flying imp demons. Think the monkeys from Wizard of Oz are bearing down on you and poking at you all with spears.
I think I draw my swords and the magpies draw their claws, and we sort of move to block.
All right.
And take them one-on-one.
Yeah, give me Defy Danger Dex to not take damage this round.
Yes.
Okay. So the worst outcome is that the Merry Magpies are going to take damage. And they're going to lose one of their members.
Oh, okay.
They have... I think it's Duster. I think Duster, who is the young guy that was healed by Merrick, he is killed.
Oh,
Nice.
Carmine in our squad.
Sure.
Yeah. But the rest of you managed to survive and not take damage. All right, let's go through one round of the army combat, and then we'll call it for tonight. Sorry, we're running a little bit over.
Did Shannon have an action?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Cacophony. I missed you because Merrick moved over.
It's cool.
It's all Merrick's fault.
Damn it.
Definitely my fault.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at some
How much
point,
my fault that I caught it, right?
Exactly.
Cacophony definitely wants to start collecting the souls of the fallen Veilers. But she's gonna. Okay, so which variant undead is she focusing on?
The one that you were focused on, you killed, but there are others out there.
Okay. She's gonna spend one of her soul stones and use Castigate.
Oh, hell yeah. Go for it. I don't remember what that one does. I think you just picked that one up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Go ahead and click Castigate. When you verbally rebuke an undead creature and spend one soul, roll plus charisma.
Oh well.
Do you get
I know.
+1?
Do you have any bolstered stuff? With that,
You're with
or no?
Lynn.
You are
If I'm with Lynn, then it's a 7.
7.
okay. Great. Spend that bolster. We'll just use it there. You begin to like talk.
With Lynn.
Nice. That's a great move. I love that. So you begin to like use this power within you to talk to the undead and get them to like I don't know, like what are you saying to them? What are you trying to get them to do?
I'm telling them that they are unnatural and they are disgusting and that they need to just lay down and let their bodies decay.
Okay. So you get to choose one of these. You deal your damage to the target, ignoring armor. You place a burden upon them, limiting their supernatural abilities. The target may not come any closer to you as long as you lock its gaze. Or you may ask 2 questions from the Discern Realities list about the target.
I don't know, it's either deal damage or place burden. But
The target can't get closer to you and you hold its gaze while you're at the front of your army. Doesn't that just freeze them in place?
Yeah, but you also have to basically keep spending your action to keep your eyes locked with them.
I'm going to deal damage, ignoring armor.
Okay, wonderful. Roll damage, please. And spend that soul.
One piercing damage. I hate this dagger, first of all, and then I'll get rid of one of my souls here.
That's a 1.
That is a
It is
one.
a 1. It's usually how this works. I do something amazing, and then it's like,
Okay. All
And
right.
that's how Chives feels after ramming his head against the wall of the castle twice. So.
Look, it's
Guys,
happening to
I feel
all of
your
us,
pain,
guys.
buddy.
The battle will swing back. Just
Okay.
believe.
Okay.
it's cool.
All right. Let's cut to the army action. Gallerhall army.
Dollar Hall attacks. That's a success. They damage. 15.
Wow. Jesus.
They suffer 10.
Okay. It's looking good on the Gallerhall side. They're outpacing the demons. Storm My
One bit.
Clan.
For my clan, hacks and slashes. I'd say 7.
That's a 7.
Thank goodness for modifiers. They will deal normal damage. Sorry.
Oh, John, take 1 HP back. I need to modify the left demon army. They have 1 special force, not 2.
Sure.
Okay. 7. So the undead army gets full attack for 6. So undead take 9.
Cast a
Nice.
spell.
Let's see here. I have to check my storm singers on their spells.
They've got some really fucking incredible spells.
They've got some good ones, and everybody has them open. Hold on, I need to close them so I can see.
Stone Storm.
Yeah, I'm thinking Stone Storm might be the one.
Okay.
We'll throw a Stone Storm at them.
Okay. They have their own macro for cast a spell.
That they do.
That's a miss.
5. They miss. They get nothing.
They get nothing.
+1 for Hogue.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
All
All
right, so
right.
they're down a spell.
Yep. Updated. Grave Warden army. This is you, Cacophony.
Please defend.
It says that I'm at 79. Is that
They have the Grave Warden army has 79 people left.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was like, I didn't think we got hit by that much damage. All right.
The dealers have been chipping them
Please
away.
defend.
Bastards.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So they do this minus. They do 5 damage to the Grave Wardens. Go ahead and roll your damage. Nice. That's great. Okay. Go ahead and subtract 5 from the Grave Wardens, and finally Basil, the Belder clan.
Spears and axes up again. We will attack.
Nice. All right, that's a partial success, so both armies do damage. The demon army does 11 minus 2 armor is 9, and you deal 10. Woo! Very nice.
You're
You're winning these trades by literally 1 every turn.
Okay,
Oh my God.
so that is where we're going to leave off for tonight. We will pick up this mass combat next time on Fable Table, Song of the Ravenlands. Any shout-outs before we wrap tonight?
Yeah. Guys, I'm John Dungeon Master. You've known me for so long now. However, we're starting a new campaign here in a few weeks based off the hit RPG known as Lancer, featuring mechs in the theme of Digimon, digital monsters. Yeah. I don't know how much of a shit show that's going to turn out.
It's
but
going to be the
we're gonna
most
find out.
amazing shit show ever. I've never heard
Yeah.
such a wild concept
Thank
for
you.
a campaign. Puppies, do you want a treat?
Dragon Warrior boy.
Yeah, Dragon Warrior Randomizer Tournament. I have 2 races coming up. One tomorrow at 9 p.m. versus Vertical Sandwich. And one on Saturday versus Diabetes the Second. Should be... it's a great name. I fucking love it. The one tomorrow, I'm 3-0. He is 3-1. So the winner of that one has a real good chance of making it out of the bracket stage. And the one on Saturday, he's the top seed for my entire group. He's really, really good. So there should be some good races coming up this week. Huh?
Diabetes?
The
Yeah.
second.
Is he 3-0?
He is 2-0 at this point, and he has races this week. I think he's got one tomorrow. He's got one against me.
Shit. Clown on him.
I will try, but he's the guy that I go to learn shit from. So
Oh.
he's good. That's right. Good race, I can still beat him. It'll just be hard.
Nice. So I just want to say that this season has been awesome. An amazing first kickoff to this show, Fable Table. And I have so many mixed feelings about this season ending. I am expecting us to maybe finish next week, possibly the following. I'm gonna just make sure that I tune this encounter to wrap up, like hopefully by like within an hour or two of next week, and then we'll probably have like sunset for wherever the story is at that point. And then the following week we will have like a post-mortem where we will answer any questions you will have about the season, about our characters, about the plot, about my prep, like whatever you want to ask us about the season. We're gonna have like a post-mortem the following week. At least that's what I would like to do. I haven't asked the cast because I'm a terrible GM and leader.
That's good.
Yeah. And I have some ideas for season 2. So stay tuned for more announcements about that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Raleigh, for redeeming your puppy treat points. And we'll see you next time here on Fable Table. Have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Everybody.
Be safe.